It's time for Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Evanston Regional Hospital, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
Welcome to all of our listeners out there. We are back at Rich High School after spending our night last night at Cokeville High School, and we're back here now to take on the Grace Grizzlies. Today we've got a doubleheader for you, starting with the girls, and that is going to be starting in about 15 minutes. We have an Ellingford Brothers pregame show to start things off, and Rob, yesterday at Cokeville, perfect example of a sweet and sour is what we experienced. A great girls game and a not so good boys game.
I would agree, Bradley. The game for the girls was tied at 23 at halftime, but the energy and the accuracy of the Lady Rebels in the second half was amazing. I was hoping for the same repeat for the boys, but unfortunately the poor shooting in the first half almost intensified in the second half.
Yes, for those of you that believe in a higher power on basketball, they did not like us last night. The ball was not going in the hoop. We went 0 for 17 from 3. Anyway, we're not going to talk much more about that game. It's time to move forward, and the girls, and I did feel bad about that, Rob. I think the boys game, with how shockingly bad it went, it kind of overshadowed how awesome the girls game was. They played amazing, and we're hoping that they can do that once again against this Grace team who beat them in volleyball. We know they've got a bunch of athletes, so it should be a good game. We'll be back after this. This is the Ellingford Brothers pregame show online at mylocalradio.com and listening at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
I'm here with my good friend Parker Stewart. Parker, thanks for taking time out of your day. Parker's a teacher at the middle school, so I'm catching him during one of his coveted breaks.
You bet. I'm glad to have a conversation with you.
So Parker graduated. He was class of 2011 at Rich High School. Parker and I went to high school together, and I'm excited to let everyone else know about Parker. I get to spend a lot of time with him, especially in the fall, coaching junior high football. But Parker, give our listeners an update on your family, where you're living, what your profession is.
I live in Randolph, Utah right now. I've been teaching in the school district. This is my second year now. Obviously, I grew up here, but it's been good to be back. I'm married, and I've got 3 boys, 5 and under. So it's pretty wild at my house.
Never a dull moment.
Yeah, never a dull moment. I teach in the middle school. I teach health and PE and CCA classes. I also coach. Obviously, I help you with football. I coach girls 8th grade right now, and then I help with the boys middle school.
When did you know that you wanted to work with kids? I truly believe you're one of those coaches that you want to win. At the end of the day, you're there for the kid to help develop them so that they're ready for life after high school. At what point in life did you know you wanted to do that?
Well, that's a good question, actually. It didn't really happen all at once, but I did notice when I was serving my mission in Jamaica, I felt like I had a connection with the youth there. I always felt like I was trying to connect with them at church or out on the streets and just find ways to have conversations. And I think that's really where that desire started. When I got back, I didn't have any intentions of working in a school or being a teacher, but just as time went on, as I was going to college, one thing led to another. And it was actually my brother, Louis, who suggested that I go into education. And so I took that advice, and it really paid off tenfold for me,
Well, and speaking of your family, anyone who knows you at all knows that your mom is an absolute legend when it comes to the Rich School District. Cindy Stewart, longtime volleyball coach, teacher. She recently retired. And what have you taken from your mom's book of knowledge to apply to your profession now?
Right. Yeah. Well, my mom is fantastic, and I always call her the OG Coach Stewart because she is the original, and she inspired me, and she inspires me every day still to this day. It was great having somebody who I could pick their brain about everything in my career. When I was working in Kemmer, I coached volleyball there in the middle school for a little bit, and it was like having a wealth of knowledge in my phone that I could just call my mom and get advice and suggestions on. Even still to this day, I try to get ideas from her.
And Parker, you come from a very sports-oriented family. We've talked about your mom. Your dad was very, very into sports, very supportive. Your sister's coached at the college level. Your brother coaches. Tyler was a great basketball player. You're obviously coaching almost every sport in the district. What do sports do for kids?
Sports can help kids learn that they can do hard things, and it helps them be finishers in life. There's just so many positive things for sports. And I think in our small community, sports does more than just, we're winning games or anything like that. It is all about preparing these kids for life and getting them set up to be successful, not only now and in school, but when they graduate. How are they going to be, and these early years of development form a lot of their mindset, their attitudes that really last the rest of their lives. That was the case for me. I learned a lot from sports and from, being coached by Coach Mata here at the middle school and Coach Brown at the high school. Being a part of those programs really pushed me to be better throughout my whole life.
Well, that's a great answer, and our kids are fortunate to have you instilling that into them throughout the district now. So, well, Coach, thanks for taking time out of your day to chat with me. I'm sure we'll talk again very soon.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Bradley.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock, MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
With Coach Cody Lundgren. Coach, long weekend, but a good one for you guys at the Bridger Valley tournament. Let's talk about that tournament and what you took away from it, what things stuck out to you as being positive and things that you hope to take away from it.
It's good to get my girls out at tournaments where they don't see teams normally outside of region and stuff. They get to see different styles of play and some different athletes and be around some different refereeing and officiating also. I really like going out to the Bridger Valley tournament, and then Kemmer's got one coming up, the Fossil Classic too. So I look forward to playing a bunch of Wyoming schools. What we took away from it, we played in some pretty fast-paced games. Our girls went 2-1 out there, and we dropped a close one to Mountain View. I thought our girls played very hard and very well over the weekend. We did pick up some things that we need to get better on, but overall is our team play and in the open court and the half court. I'm just pretty happy with where we're at right now and where we're going.
Yeah, let's talk about that Mountain View game. Coach, it is possible to have a loss, but have it be a win for you in the season. So explain how you do that with that Mountain View game, turn it into a win, even though on the scoreboard we weren't able to quite get it done.
They're a physical basketball team. They have a lot of size, and they're very, very fast and very, very skilled. So, our team did not get intimidated at all. They came out and they started the game very hot. We went on a very good run and just took what the defense gave us. And it doesn't matter what set we run, especially against that Mountain View team. The look that we're looking for originally is probably not going to be there. But the girls read what the defense was trying to do, and they were going underneath our screens. They made a lot of nice shots on the top of the screens. That worked out very well, and obviously we didn't rebound very well against them, so we know we need to get better at that. But, playing a very good team like that pulls out what we're kind of flying on, so we need to keep working on that. I was proud of the pressure that we handled and the ability to still score the basketball.
So let's segue into this week, Coach. You've got Cokeville at Cokeville, good team there. Your buddy Ben Barnes coaching that one, and then Grace the next day. We obviously got to see a little bit of Cokeville at that tournament playing other teams, and then let's just talk about Cokeville and Grace, what you know about them and how you're feeling going into this weekend.
I got to watch Cokeville quite a bit. Obviously, we play Cokeville every year. It's been a great game for us to have. It's a school that's very close to us, and it's a school that's a very good basketball team. And they've got some great athletes, fast, physical, skilled. They're very good ball handlers. They're tenacious in the full court on pressure. We're going to have to really be able to handle pressure, going to have to play the tempo of basketball that we want to play and make sure that we are making Cokeville play our basketball too and not giving them transition all game long.
Well, Coach, we wish you good luck this week. Great job over the weekend, and it'll be a fun one against Cokeville down the road and Grace as well at home on Friday. So we'll see you there, and good luck.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Hazel Scott, freshman, guard. My name is Cass Argyle. I'm a senior and I play shooting guard.
I'm Paige Smith. I'm a junior and I play guard.
Corey Stacy. I'm a freshman and I play shooting guard.
I'm Jalen Lutz. I'm a sophomore and I'm a shooting guard.
I'm Kira Jolly. I'm a senior and I'm a shooting guard.
I'm Molly Weston. I'm a sophomore and I'm a point guard.
I'm Ryan Smoot. I'm a freshman and I play post.
I'm Kira Hoffman. I'm a freshman and I play post.
I'm Lacey McKinnon. I'm a sophomore and I play golf.
My name's Dottie Morris. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name is Brittany Hatch. I'm a senior and I play post.
I'm Lila Taylor. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name is Emery Thornock. I'm a freshman and I'm a guard.
My name is Ryan Latham.
I am a sophomore and I play as a wing.
I'm Brooke Compton. I am a junior and I am a post.
I'm Braylon Pugmire. I'm a sophomore and I'm a post.
We're going to now listen to the national anthem sung by Della Stringham, and then we will be ready for game time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to Rich High School for tonight's varsity matchup between the Grace Grizzlies and our Rich Rebels. If I could get you to please rise and remove your caps, our cheerleaders will present the colors of the flag, and Della Stringham will sing the national anthem.
All right, we are back after the singing of the national anthem. We are ready to go here. And the starting lineups for the Grace Grizzlies: number three, Callie Stoddard; number 12, Carly Christensen; number 13, Cameron Mansfield; number 21, Lily Gilbert; number 32, Tessica Jorgensen. And for the Rich High School side, number 3, Molly Weston; number 15, Paige Smith; number 22, Bray Pugmire; number 31, Cass Argyle; and number 42, Brinley Hatch.
A couple keys for you, Bradley. I think the Lady Rebels need to stay hot from 3 tonight. They shot over 40% last night. And Grace has a lot of speed, but I think the offensive boards are going to be key. And kept the turnovers down to 11 last night. I'd love to see it under double digits tonight if we can do it.
Should be a good one, Rob. And we are set to go underway here as Bray Pugmire and I'm trying to find who's jumping for Grace. It's looking like number 32, Tessica Jorgensen, and that is going to be tipped to the Rebels as Weston gets it across half court and dribbles to her right, looking for Cass Argyle, who's defended, and so she'll go to Bray Pugmire up top. Bray gets it to Paige, and that's broken up by the Grizzlies, and they will take over. Try to, but Weston is able to There's about 4 steals in that segment right there, as Grace does end up with it and back on their end, as Gilbert passes it back up to Stoddard. Over to Mansfield. Back to Christensen. Callie Stoddard drives in, almost gets it as she drives to the hole, but that is rebounded by Bray Pugmire. Up to Weston, who passes to Argyle on the left wing. Back to Weston up top. Weston gets it back to Argyle on the left wing. She goes for 3, and that is a miss and rebounded by Mansfield. And will be brought up by Carly Christensen across the timeline. She passes to Stoddard on the left wing. Stoddard looks, she dribbles to her right. She's going to kick it out to Christensen, and she will try for 3, and that is good. As soon as it left her hand, it looked good, and it did drop. Weston gets it back across the timeline over to Paige Smith, back to Weston. She pump fakes, but she's going to dribble it out and back to Argyle up top. Weston gets it back on the right wing, passes to Argyle. Argyle takes a dribble over to Weston, gives it back. Weston hits Bray in the middle of the key, who tips it just back over to Hatch, and that's going to be stolen by Mansfield and given back to Christensen. Christensen crosses back to Mansfield. She's going to take a deep 2 from the baseline, and that is in and good. Rob, Grace has traveled well. They seem to have nearly as many fans as Rich has in terms of volume so far. I guess they have more to cheer for so far as they're up 5-0 here early in the first quarter. Weston gets in the corner, tries to get it to Pugmire, but that is stolen away and passed forward, but stolen by Paige Smith at the baseline, taken the other way. Paige passes it up to Weston. Weston has it on the wing. Back to Paige. Paige drives in. Defended there by Stoddard. They feed Bryn, and that's off the mark and rebounded by Gilbert. Stoddard gets it quickly up the court. They get it inside, and that is good defense by Bray Pugmire in the post as the Rebels able to get it back after that Grace possession. Weston now has it up top, looking for the first points of the game for the Rebels, and Argyle's going to travel on the wing there.
Okay, I eat my words, Bradley. That's 5 turnovers already in the first 3 minutes.
Well, this is starting just like the boys did last night, so hopefully the girls able to get things going here. As Grace does get it down to their end, Stoddard has it up top, passes it over to the right wing. That shot is up and just off. That's a shot by Christensen that's off the mark as Weston gets it up in a hurry to Argyle. Back to Weston at the wing. She dribbles to her left, gets it to Paige. The Grizzlies are having a very... So Bray Pugmire got it wide open at the block, missed the layup, but able to get her own rebound and put it back. I was just going to say, Rob, Grace's defense so far, they're rotating very well on that zone defense. Rebels finally able to break through there, though, on that one. Grace back with the ball offensively. Mansfield has it in the corner. She passes it to Stoddard, who drives, but they're going to call her for a travel, so a much-needed turnover that's in favor of the Rebels. They get the ball back as Weston will get it and get it across half court. She dribbles to her right, then passes to her left. Back up to Weston up top. She passes over to Paige on the right. Paige skip passes it to Weston. Weston thinks about 3, instead passes it inside to Argyle, who's going to dribble it out to the perimeter. Skipped back over to Weston. And then to Paige. Paige Smith for 3, and that is just rattles out. Another rebound by Pugmire and put back, but no good. On the attempted rebound, Grace does knock that out, so Rebels keep possession under the basket with Smith's going to inbound it. Smith under the basket. She tries to get it into Hatch. Physical defense there as Grace knocks it away and gets possession back. As Christensen brings it across the timeline, back over to Stoddard. They work it inside, try to work it inside to Jorgensen, but Paige Smith able, they're going to get Cass Argyle for an offensive foul there.
First foul of the ball game, Bradley.
So what happened there is Paige had it on the drive, and Cass had good hustle to get in the defender's way, but she pretty much screened her on the layup, and you're not able to do that, so they got her for an offensive foul. Brindley Hatch on the other end of the floor breaks up the transition pass. Grace will keep possession as the Rebels knock that one out. Good defense there by Brindley Hatch. Ball is inbounded to Stoddard. Stoddard does get it across the timeline. Dribbles to her left. They're working it around the perimeter. Get it inside to Yost. They're going to call Yost for the offensive foul now. Definitely the tallest girl on the team, listed as a freshman.
I think she hooked her with her arm is what happened, Bradley.
Yep, that's what they're going to call there. So 2 back-to-back offensive fouls, not a common thing that happens as Weston brings it back across half court, passes it to Jolly, who just checked in for Argyle. Jolly back to Weston in the corner. Jolly tries to feed Hatch, but that's knocked away. So far, the Grizzlies playing much more physical defensively, Rob, as Stoddard does bring it up. Weston up close on her. They're going to feed Yost again. Nothing there. Yost kicks it back out to the outside. That is a 3 attempted by Christensen. Molly gets the rebound. Will take it all the way for the layup. She faked the pass off to Jolly, but then kept it and went up for the score. And Rebels down 5-4 with 2:35 left to go in the first quarter. The Grizzlies feed it into Yost. She was open again, but it is off this time. Smith passes it up to Jolly, who then tries to get it to Hatch, and that is stolen again as Stoddard brings it across the timeline. 2:15 to go here. 5-4 in favor of the Grizzlies. They try to get to Yost inside again, and that is tipped by the Rebels. So, Rob, super early commentary here, but on both ends, great post defense from both ends of the floor. Both teams have great post players, but the defense has been great on both ends. Hatch is going to come out, and McKinnon will check back in. Will check in for the first time, excuse me. Stoddard goes for the basket, a jumper from the baseline. She gets fouled there, so she's going to go to the line shooting 2. 2:07 to go here in the first.
Yeah, foul's going to be on Kira Jolly, her first.
Her first, team second.
And the first free throws of the ball game.
Stoddard goes to the line. Her first is up and good, giving her team a lead 6-4 early on here in the game. Second shot is up and good as well. Good foul shooter so far. Rebels get the ball back up the floor. Weston dribbles to her right. Gets an entry pass to Kira, who then gets it to Pugmire, and that is a great ball movement there. Weston inside to Kira, who then gets to her backside to Pugmire, who was calling for it. And that will put the Rebels down just 1. Looking to tie things up as Bray goes to the line. Minute 57 to go in the first quarter. Bray's foul shot is up and good.
Foul's on Kelly Yost, number 24, and that is her second. So she's going to the bench.
Yep, so Olenslager will come in for. I remember that name from when we played him in football, Olenslager. Grace now has the ball. They are going to drive to the hoop, be stopped in the post. Kicking it outside to Olenslager for the 3, and that is off, but rebounded by number 23. I'm trying to find her name here.
Presley Stedman.
I was looking at the boys roster. They don't have a 23. That's what I learned. So Stedman goes to the line. That one rims out. So the score remains 7-7 with 1:41 to go in the first quarter. Stedman's second foul shot is up and off the front iron. Rebounded by Weston. She gets it quickly across half court, holds up. Now she dribbles to her right. She sends Jolly in motion. Inside pass, same exact play there. Almost the same result. Getting it to McKinnon underneath. So it's a good play there. They send their man in motion, and then a girl cuts to the middle of the key. They had it there, but not able to finish as the Grizzlies are able to get the ball back. Good defense by Bray on the full court press. She keeps it alive, gets it out to Weston, who it gets it stolen from her in the corner by by Jorgensen. Jorgensen and company get it across the half-court line. Nice drive there by Mansfield to get it across, get her team the lead now, 9-7. Minute to go here in the first quarter. Weston has it on top. She dribbles to her right. She'll get it to Jolly up top. Jolly dribbles to her left, and that is stolen from her. That was stolen by Stoddard, but Stoddard dribbled out of bounds. The Rebels will keep possession. Christensen checks back into the game for Stoddard.
Kara Jolly having to make a bunny to get her shoe tied after she got that pocket picked on that one.
So Rebels will be passing in from the sideline, their own sideline. McKinnon gets it to Weston up top. 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. Rebels down 2. Molly dribbles to her left, passes it up top to Jolly. Jolly dribbles to her right. Sends Smith in motion. Here comes Weston on the cut. Feeds McKinnon. McKinnon is stuffed there by Olenslager, but the Rebels able to get the rebound and put back. That is no good, but the ball is knocked out on Grace as Jolly will go underneath as the inbounder. She passes to Bray Pugmire, and that is blocked by Christensen, but stolen by Weston. Layup is good. Rob, so many steals so far here in the first quarter as there's 16 seconds to go, tied at 9. Grace flying down the court, trying to get the last shot. That is up and no good, but rebounded and put back up by Jorgensen. Good hustle play there. Molly hucks it from half court, just off the mark, and so the Rebels will go down 11-9 to end the first quarter. Very exciting first quarter and fast. Very fast-paced moving, I will say. Love to see the shot clock back. We'll be back after this. This is a T7 Propane production of Lady Rebel Basketball, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast, just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today.
We are back. Welcome back to our listeners as the first quarter comes to a close. Rob, anything stick out to you there as Rebels are down 11-9 going into the second?
Well, we said the keys to the game would be some offensive rebounds, and I've got the Rebels with 5, but they've already matched last night's turnover total with 11. So, and we wanted them to be hot from 3 so far, 0 for 3.
So, and Rob, I don't know about you, but I feel complete chaos out there so far.
Yeah,
a lot of steals, a lot of blocks, a lot of bodies on the floor. All in all, just a good scrappy game so far. But yes, got to limit those turnovers as Grace will start with possession to start the second quarter. They get it to the wing. Shot attempt up by Stoddard. That is off. Fight for the rebound. They're going to say that went off Jorgensen. And so the Rebels will keep possession here, or get possession back as McKinnon brings it across the timeline, passes it over to Smith. McKinnon to Weston on the right wing. Weston gets it in to Jolly, takes a pump fake, dribbles to her left. That is tipped away by Stoddard. Tons of turnovers, Rob. Kind of crazy as she will be fouled. Good play there by Stoddard as she stole it and took it all the way to the hoop and was fouled in the meantime. Foul was on McKinnon, and that's her second.
Grizzlies are 2 for 4 from the free throw line so far, make it 3 for 5.
That will give them a 12-9 lead with 7:29 to go in the second quarter. Stoddard's second foul shot is up and good.
She is perfect from the line, 4 for 4.
Yep, she's a good foul shooter. Smith now will bring up the ball, looking to clear things out. She passes to Weston on the right wing. Weston gets it to Page in the corner. Page shoots from 3. That is off the mark. Page coming off a 19-point game yesterday. 7:15 to go here. As Grace gets the ball back and drives to the hole, that is off and rebounded by Weston. Shot attempted by Christensen. Weston gets it across the floor and passes it up to McKinnon up top. McKinnon looking to Coach Lungard for the call. She passes to Molly on the left wing, back to McKinnon up top. Back to Weston. Weston looks for three, but then has a great pass to Pugmire. Pugmire not able to finish. Smith gets the rebound, and that is finally rebounded by Ovenslaughter. Ovenslaughter, just a huge presence down there. She has multiple blocks in one possession. Grace does get it up to Christensen, who shoots from the baseline, and that is off the mark, rebounded by Pugmire. And Pugmire will bring it up the floor in transition, gets it to Page. Page pumps, turns, and gets it outside, and that is stolen by Christensen. Both sides with the turnover bug as Grace then turns it over. McKinnon steals, looks to go all the way to the hoop, and she passes it away to number 21, Gilbert. Lily Gilbert gets the steal. Stoddard looking to calm things down. She passes up the middle to Jorgensen. Jorgensen met in the key by a group of Rebels, and they're going to say it was off of that shot attempt.
Coach Lundgren is going to take a timeout, Bradley, see if he can slow things down. If he can get one of the referees to pay attention to him.
Yeah, that took a lot to get that timeout. So Rebels are going to take a timeout here. We'll go to break. Thank you for tuning in to the T7 production of Lady Rebel Basketball online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQFM.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels.
We are back here after the Rebel timeout as Coach Lundgren looking to make adjustments. They feed it to the inside to Hatch, who kicks it back out to Argyle, up top to Weston. Weston gets it back to Argyle, who's going to drive baseline, and she's going to have an open Paige Smith in the corner for three. No good. So Paige Smith tried for the rebound there and stepped out of bounds in the meantime, so Grace will get possession here. They'll get it across to Christensen, who feeds Olenslager for the two. Grace going on a run here, now at 15-9. Weston will be fouled there by Stoddard.
And it was tied at 7, Bradley, so that's an 8-0 run.
Pugmire gets it into Weston up top. Weston passes to Smith on the right wing. Smith dribbles to her right and gets it to Hatch. She has Pugmire inside, but Olenslager is there defending her. Olenslager has been a force defensively. Hatch passes it up to Weston, over to Argyle on the wing, in the corner. Hatch gets it at the baseline, shoots, and that is off the mark. Rebounded by Stoddard, who passes it up to Christensen. Christensen tries to get it to Olenslager in the corner, but that's stolen by Weston. Weston going to the basket. She kicks it off to Paige, and Paige tries for the three-footer, and that is off the mark. 4:43 to go in the first half. Rebels down 15-9. Stoddard passes it to Christensen on the wing, and that is off the mark and rebounded by Pugmire. Rob, what do you have for rebounds for Bray so far?
8.
Bray gets it up to Hatch, who makes a great pump fake to send Olenslager to the baseline. And Grace is going to take a timeout here. That was a great shot by Brindley. You may have missed it, Rob, because I was having you look up the stats, but Brindley gets it right under the hoop, pump fake, makes her man go out of bounds, and then in for the easy two. So we'll stay right here, 15-11 for Grace.
Give you a couple of wrestling updates, Bradley. The boys and the girls are in the Kemmer tournament. There's about 14 schools, so a pretty big tournament going on. Bailey, Weston, Boston Jolly, Ryland Goff, and Ian Adams all with early wins on the boys' side. Brindley Kirk, Katharina Smith, Hillary Rex, and Nina Hillier with wins on the girls' side so far.
So a great outing for The wrestlers, you said that's at Kemmer, and do you know where they're going tomorrow?
The tournament continues
Same tomorrow. Okay, gotcha. So we'll keep you updated as we will be here as well tomorrow for the boys game against North Summit. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, both teams coming out of a timeout here. Once again, Rebels down 4 with 4:23 to go in the first half. Team fouls tied at 1, so nowhere near a bonus at this point in time. Stedman will look to inbound for Grace.
Got to get some referees on the right end of the court.
Ball is inbounded to Stoddard. Pass it over to Mansfield. Stoddard back to Mansfield again. Up top to Gilbert. Gilbert takes a dribble to her left. That is stolen as she tries to get it to the wing. Weston able to steal that. Weston to Paige. Smith up top. Smith dribbles to her left. Passes to Argyle. Argyle looks back to Smith. Smith over to Weston on the wing. Back to Smith up top for 3. That is off the mark, off the front iron. Rebound by Gilbert. Stoddard gets it across the timeline. She dribbles to her left all the way to the hole. Pugmire tried for the charge there. They're going to go no call, but that was enough to make Stoddard adjust her drive there as Weston takes it across the timeline with 3:31 to go. And they're going to call a referee's timeout for Weston to tie her shoe here.
The second shoe tie we've got in the game there, Bradley.
Yeah, make sure you mark that down.
I'm going to keep that track of that.
Anything more than 2, you got to keep track of.
Molly's having a hard time getting that bunny made.
Pugmire will inbound to Weston. 3:29 to go in the first half. Smith has it on the wing, back to Weston up top, who passes to Argyle at the right wing. Argyle dribbles to her left. She'll hand back to Weston on the left wing. Weston passes to Smith, and Weston will take a deep 3 from up top, and that is good. That was a deep 3 by Weston. Now the Rebels down just 1 with 3:05 to go in the first half. Stoddard gets it across the timeline. She passes to Stedman. Stedman drives to corner, and she'll go all the way, and that is in. Good drive there by Stedman, and she gets the bucket to fall. Rebels now coming the other way. Weston pump fakes and then goes to Argyle at the right wing. Back to Weston, over to Smith, the left wing. Weston has it up top again. They're working around the perimeter. Get to Hatch from corner. That is off. Pugmire with the rebound. Briefly stolen away by Stoddard, but back up to Weston up top. Argyle pump fakes, and they're going to get her for a travel as she slips to the floor. 17-14 for the Grizzlies. 2:28 to go in the second quarter.
14 points for the Rebels, 15 turnovers, Bradley.
Yeah, kind of a crazy first half, not like the girls have been so far this season as Mansfield drives to the hoop. That is off the mark and rebounded by Weston. And Weston will look up the floor in transition. She crosses half court, passes to her right to Argyle on the right wing. Argyle back to Weston up top. Now Smith has it up top. She gives it back to Weston. Trying to get the defense to move here. Weston gets it back up top. She drives all the way to the hole. That is off the mark, but rebounded and put back by Pugmire, who's there waiting. She's got a whole lot of turnovers today so far. Or not turnovers, rebounds. Thank you.
Are you going to call that a shot, Bradley? That wasn't a pass?
I'm the uncle that's a little hard on her. That was a shot. So the shot attempt is up and no good, and Hatch fights for the rebound and is fouled in the meantime. And so the Rebels will get possession back. Great effort there by Hatch on the rebound as McKinnon and Jolly will come in for Argyle and Hatch. So it's Pugmire, Weston, Smith, McKinnon, and Jolly into the game. Weston dribbles to her right. She gets it to Jolly in the corner, who gets a good entry pass into Pugmire, but that is stopped. I'm really impressed with these post defenders for Grace, Rob. We are just not able to get anything unless it's a putback off a rebound so far underneath. Stedman looking to bring it up. She gets it across court. Up ahead to Gilbert. Gilbert skip passes it to Mansfield, to Christensen. Christensen drives, and she's going to be fouled on that shot attempt. And we'll go to line shooting 2. 17-16. for the Grizzlies. Minute 15 to go in the first half.
Fouls on Kira Jolly, her second, and the second for the team in the second quarter.
So Mansfield will go to the line shooting 2. Her first is up and good. Good foul shooting team here today. We hope we don't have to foul towards the end of the game because so far they have been solid. Mansfield's second foul shot is up and good. 19-16 for the Grizzlies. Just over a minute to go here in the first half. Weston brings it across half court, passes over to Smith in the left wing. That's going to be nearly stolen again, and Jolly tries to get it to Pugmire, who was briefly open up top, but that goes out of bounds. A minute to go, 19-16. Stoddard gets it across half court. She passes to Jorgensen, who skips passes it to Mansfield. Mansfield, a 3 from deep. That is a big shot, giving them a 6-point lead with 46 seconds to go. Weston gets it to Paige Smith on the left wing, back to Weston, to Jolly. Weston has it up top. She pumps, takes 2 steps in and fires, and that rattles around and is no good. Rebounded by Jorgensen. Going the other way with 30 seconds to go here. Weston meets Jorgensen and steals it right from her. She'll try to drive in. Pulls up short. No shot clock left as Weston goes for 3, and that is good. She matches the 3, 22-19. Rebels down 3 with 12 seconds to go here. Mansfield has it to her right. She pumps. I'm okay with that foul, Rob. As she had a clear drive to the hole, but she's fouled in the meantime, and they're not in the bonus. So
nice hip check by Bray, and that's her first. She was in foul trouble last night, only her first tonight.
So ball is inbounded to Stedman. Stedman gets it to Mansfield. Great defense by Pugmire. That's going to be a jump ball with 2.5 seconds to go, and possession should be the Rebels.
You've got 2.5 seconds on the clock. You got to get one off quickly here.
The Rebels do get it on the sideline, so they have a little bit closer to work with. Passes inbound to Weston. Weston shoots from half court, and that is going to be short. So the Rebels will be down 3 going into the half, 22-19. Very, I'm not going to say sloppy because I don't get sloppiness, but just a lot of chaos, a lot of steals, and balls on the ground. It's been a exciting first half. So we're going to go to break. Grace 22, Rich 19. We'll be back after this.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Randolph Medical Clinic is known for comfortably treating acute and chronic conditions as well as mental health. Nurse practitioner Nancy Weston is known for providing compassionate care. Appointments can be made by texting 435-200-5416. Randolph Medical Clinic.
It is now time for our standout student segment. I'm here with Paige Smith. Paige, how are things going so far in this early basketball season for you?
They're going pretty good. We have played some pretty good teams like Mountain View. We had a pretty close game with them, and it was fun, but we lost by 6 or something.
Yeah, let's talk about that Mountain View game, as that was a very talented team you guys played. Probably the best game you guys have played all year, as that was, a tough competition, but it was a very close one. How do you turn that game into a win? Obviously not on the scoreboard, but for the season. How do you make that a positive thing?
It was really good competition, so that was really good. We learned a lot of things from it. Playing against bigger girls, it was hard because we're so short. Not super short, but...
Yeah, it was a big team, for sure. I know exactly what you're saying. And
that was one way to learn from that.
So, Paige, I love watching you play because you're very aggressive. You're not afraid to go and get rebounds against bigger girls like that. Where do you get that drive from? Is it just your competitive nature? What makes it so that you're not afraid to go in and be aggressive in whatever sport you're doing?
I love having to work for something to go get it. My dad's always saying rebounding is mental, like boxing out is mental. So it's just like a mental thing for me that if I can go get the rebound, then that's good enough for me. And if we have the ball, like it's a better chance for us scoring. So I just love having the ball so that we can score because I love winning. So
Yes.
just give me the ball.
Well, those are wise words from your dad and spot on. So, Paige, I got to ask, because you had a great volleyball season, able to be on the all-state team and going back for your senior year next year. What do you prefer between volleyball and basketball? You're very good at both and competitive in both. I'm curious to what you prefer out of the two.
I like playing both, and it's just whatever season I'm in, I'm going to go play hard and have my whole heart in it.
So you just love to compete. That's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, Paige, we'll segue into school. How is school going? You're in your junior year. How has this year been so far?
Been pretty busy because I've been going to get my associates, so it's been more work than it has in the past, but it's going pretty good.
You've got 1 year left of high school. Do you know yet what your plans are when you graduate next year?
No, I don't.
Well, that's good. You've got plenty of time, and you want to cherish high school while it lasts. Paige, I always like to end these interviews giving you a chance to give a shout out to a teacher that's been a positive influence for you the last few years at Rich.
My dad has just been like super helpful with math, and he's always there and encouraging me and teaching me how to do math or how to be a better person or in sports even.
Yep, your dad's a great guy, and I had a feeling that's who you were going to choose, but I was going to let you do that. So, Paige, good luck this week. You've got a tough one at Cokeville and then at home against Grace Friday, so it's going to be a fun week for you. Keep up the good work. You're very fun to watch, and appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Welcome back to our listeners. This is the halftime show brought to you by the station on Main, and the scoreboard shows 22-19 in favor of the Grizzlies. Definitely a crazy first half so far defensively on both sides. It's funny how you can there can be a bunch of turnovers and you can make that sound good or bad. You can either say a bunch of turnovers or a bunch of steals. That's what's happened today.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of both of those stats, Bradley, but it definitely has been intense defense on both sides of the ball. Rebels are 6 of 21 from inside the arc, 2 of 9 from three-point land, and 100% from the free throw line. Grace, 5 of 13 from inside the arc, 2 of 7 from three-point land, and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. The Lady Rebels are winning the boards 19-11, but the thing that stands out, 8 offensive rebounds for the Rebels and only 1 for the Grizzlies. Leading rebounders, Bray Pugmire with 9. Jorgensen and Gilbert both have a pair for the Grizzlies, and the turnover margin 17-12, And it's the Rebels with the 17. And the scoreboard, Bray's got 7, Molly Weston with double digits, 10 points, and Brindley Hatch with 2, which adds up to 19. Cameron Mansfield got 7, Carly Christensen with 5, Callie Starter with 4, Evie Olenslager with 2, Tessica Jorgensen with 2, and Presley Stedman with 2, which gives you your 22 for the Grizzlies.
And Rob, I'm going to say, in terms of Grace, in my opinion, their most impactful player has been Evie Olenslager so far. She comes off the bench, and she only has a few points, but she is a force underneath. She has, we're not keeping track of blocks, but she has a lot of them, and so far that makes it so when you drive to the hole, you hesitate, and that's her doing her job. So the Rebels, we'll see if we can get a third quarter like we did yesterday. If we do, we're going to be sitting nice, but we'll see about that after the break. Thanks for listening into the halftime show. We'll be back after this.
Ray signage is there.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
Welcome back, and we are now starting the second half here. Should be a good one, just a 3-point game as the Rebels will pass it in. In for the Rebels, Smith Weston, Argyle, Pugmire, and Hatch. As Argyle passes it over to Weston on the right wing, back to Argyle. As Smith cuts on the inside and gets it to a cutting Pugmire, who is fouled. Great ball movement there, and finish for Pugmire. She's going to go to the line shooting 2.
Fouls on number 32.
Jorgensen.
Yeah, I was going to say that stat sheet is not good. Tessica Jorgensen, her second. And the first free throw by
nobody's
Grace
really in foul trouble
good.
either, I feel, right? From either side. So the first is good, but not the second, as the Rebels are now down 2. Smith with our inaugural first steal of the second half. I'm sure there will be more as the Rebels get the ball back in the backcourt. Weston gets it across. She passes to Argyle. Skipped back to Weston on the right wing, then to Smith, back to Weston up top. She passes to Argyle, who gets it up to the top of the key to Smith, back to Argyle. Weston gets it. She dribbles to her left, passes to Argyle again. Argyle to Weston to Smith. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to Hatch inside, and that is an and one. Big shot there for Brindley Hatch. Great finish as she goes to the line to take the lead here, as it is now tied at 22.
And the foul again goes to Tessica Jorgensen. Now that is her third on the second on the Grizzlies in the half.
So great ball movement there by the Rebels, and the Rebels able to get the shot off before the end of the shot clock.
Coach is trying to argue about who they gave the foul to.
And I believe it was on Mansfield, because I think they're saying Jorgensen was up top defending the pick and roll. And this is a big decision here. So, yeah, they're going to change it there. That was on Mansfield. So Jorgensen will just have 2 now. She was subbed out, but that's going to be credited to Mansfield. Hatch's foul shot is up and good. Rebels take the lead here early on in the third quarter, 23-22 after that and one basket. Paige Smith jumps the pass. Great hustle there. She kicks it back out to Argyle, who pump fakes to her right, gets to the baseline. She gets it back up to Molly. Molly up top, passes it to Paige Smith. Paige back to Molly up top. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pugmire back to Weston. Weston gets it to a cutting Argyle. Argyle tries to get it to Pugmire, but that is kicked by Gilbert from Grace. So 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Don't want to jinx it, Bradley, but that's the first lead for the Lady Rebels tonight.
And that came just as the third quarter started. Smith to inbound. She's looking, gets it to Argyle, who's open in the corner for three, and that is off and rebounded by Yost. And now the Grizzlies are taking it up court. Christensen gets it across the timeline. She passes to Stoddard. Over to Gilbert. Up top to Stoddard again. Stoddard drives to the hole, and she is up and no good. They're going to say Pugmire leaned into her there.
Yep, gave her a little hip check. Only Bray's second of the night.
Probably a good call there, as that was a good drive by Stoddard. She'll go to the line shooting 2 here.
She's 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and she stays perfect.
So tied ball game, 23-23. Second is up and off the mark. Rebounded by Pugmire, and they're going to get Yost with an over-the-back call.
And I do believe that is her first, but that is the third team foul. Holy smoke, that is her third.
That's her third foul. So 6:22 to go here. Tied at 23. Weston passes over to Argyle. Back to Weston. She pump fakes over to Argyle. Argyle does cut and get the pass, but she gets it back to Weston. Weston gets a pick. She's going to go for 3. That is tipped into the hands of Pugmire. She turns and shoots. No good. Fight for the rebound as Stoddard does come up with it. And she crosses the timeline. Still tied at 23 with under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jorgensen gets in the key. Passes it out to Stoddard, but that is stolen by Argyle. Argyle looking to go to the basket. She dribbles it back out, back up to Hatch, over to Weston. Weston dribbles to her right. Passes to Argyle on the right wing. Back to Weston on the left wing. Pugmire hits Paige Smith in the center, and she's going to get fouled. So that was Coach Slungan's really trying to open up that key, so he gets Smith open, and she turns and fires and is fouled on the play.
And with all that going on in the inside, Olenslager coming back in for the Grizzlies to take care of that paint. Paige with 19 last night. This could be a chance for her to score tonight, Bradley.
Yeah, that's the way basketball goes. Feast or famine. So Paige has her second. The second foul shot is up and good for Paige. Rebels will take the lead now, 24-23 with 5:28 to go in the third quarter. Stoddard has it up top, guarded by Paige Smith. She passes over to Christensen. Stoddard got on the left wing. She pump fakes, dribbles in, takes a shot, and gets the jumper. 25-24 now for the Grizzlies. Weston gets it across the timeline, passes it to Argyle, back to Weston. And you're right, Rob, Olenslager being in changes things defensively for the Grizzlies, as it is hard to make anything happen inside the paint. Argyle dribbles into the zone defense, and she's going to be fouled on the drive there. Let's see who they credit that foul to.
That's going to go to Stoddard. I'm going to say that may open up the three-point line, though, for you a little bit, Bradley. That's Stoddard's second foul, but that put the Rebels in the bonus already.
Yep, 5-1 on fouls as Argyle's first foul shot is up and good.
Cass's first point of the night.
So Stoddard's going to come out. Stedman in. Argyle looking to give the Rebels a lead here. This is going to come right down to the wire, Rob. That one rattles out. Rebounded initially by Hatch, and then we're going to have a jump ball that'll give it back to Grace.
Rebels putting a little bit of pressure on the inbounds pass as Page gets us, forces the turnover.
Another turnover, Rob, as the ball does go out of bounds, getting the ball back to the Rebels. Pugmire passes it into Weston. Weston across the timeline, gets it over to Smith, then to Weston, then to Argyle on the left wing. They're working around the perimeter as Argyle has it again on the left wing. Weston up top to Smith. Once again, this is a great zone defense by the Grizzlies, making things tough for the Rebels as Weston gets it into Hatch. Hatchet kicks it out to Argyle for the three, no good. Hatch gets a rebound, gets it to Weston, who will try for three, and that one is no good. Pugmire gets another rebound, gets it out to Smith on the baseline. It's blocked. They get it out to Weston again. Fresh shot clock at 24 now. Rebels do a great job getting a pair of offensive rebounds there. Weston gets an entry pass to Pugmire at the top. Pugmire goes for the shot, and that is blocked by Olenslager. And the Grizzlies get it back as Mansfield gets it up the court. Over to Stoddard. Olenslager has it in the corner. Gilbert now on the left wing. Pass it to Christensen. They try for the inbound pass, and that is defended well by Paige Smith. They were trying to get to Mansfield at the block. And Argyle and Hatch will come out for McKinnon and Jolly. Lundgren getting some fresh legs in there. Try to get on a run here. Still tied at 25. Make that 27-25 for the Grizzlies as I believe that was Mansfield able to get the two-footer on the inbound. Weston has it up top on the other end. Passes it to Jolly at the corner, and that is off the mark. Great rebound by McKinnon and put back. She's not afraid of the size either as she knocks it back up at 27 with 3:05 to go in the third quarter. And they're going to get Paige Smith. She tried to jump that pass at half court and collided with Stedman, and that will be Paige's just her first foul. So Bray subs out. Hatch goes back in. Ball is inbounded. Mansfield's going to take a long two, and that is going to go out of bounds. It caught a little bit of net and then went out of bounds. 27-27 with 2:57 to go in the third quarter as Weston will bring it up court. She gets across the timeline and passes it to Jolly on the left wing. Jolly gets it back to Weston on the baseline this time. Jolly dribbles to the right, passes it to Smith on the right wing. Back to Jolly, back to Smith on the right wing. Smith for three. That is off. Rebounded by McKinnon. McKinnon has had two huge offensive rebounds since she's come in. Weston over to Smith to Jolly, who enters it into Hatch, and that is good. Hatch with another great finish. She sat on the bench for about 20 seconds, came back in, and got the two-pointer to put us up 29-27 with 2:16 to go here. Mansfield gets it up top to Christensen. Over to Gilbert. Stedman over to Christensen for three. That is off and rebounded by Smith. Rebels really want to get a score here, make this a two-possession game, as it has been a back-and-forth battle. Smith over to Weston. Weston on the right wing. She gets it inside to Hatch. Hatch up to Jolly. She pump fakes, and they're going to get her for a travel on the attempted drive.
Happy feet. Nice little happy feet, and they adds to the turnover total. But they've been doing better in the second half, Bradley.
Yes, they have. Rebels up 29-27. Minute 51 to go here. So Grace trying to get it across the timeline, and they do. They get it to Gilbert at the top. Gilbert gets rid of it over to Olenslager. Olenslager passes it back to Gilbert on the left wing. Gilbert drives, kicks it out to Olenslager. Back up to Stoddard, who's now in the game again. She drives. Good defense there by McKinnon. I think she got a piece of that layup attempt, and she gets the board out to Weston. Weston kicks it to McKinnon. McKinnon passes it to Weston on the wing. Back to McKinnon up top, over to Jolly. Jolly dribbles over to Weston. Weston for three, and that is off. But rebounded again by McKinnon. I think she's got 3 offensive boards just here the last little bit. Jolly then gets it, and that is off and out of bounds.
She has 4 rebounds in the quarter, but you're right, Bradley, 3 of those offensive.
So Grace gets it back with 1:03 to go here. Stoddard passes it back to Gilbert. Gilbert crosses the timeline. Good defense here by the Rebels above the perimeter. Mansfield drives. Only Rebels underneath for the rebound, and Hatchet ends up with it. 48 seconds to go. Weston passes it up to McKinnon. McKinnon then finds Hatch. Hatch is going to try for it, but Olin Slaughter is there. She is tough to shoot over. 36 seconds to go, 30 on the shot clock. Oh, Weston tries for the steal, and they're going to get her for a foul on Stedman. So the ball will stay down here. It's Weston's first.
Only the third team foul, so not in the bonus yet for the Grizzlies.
So Stedman gets the inbound. Shot clock is off. 28 seconds to go here. Olenslager gets it over to Mansfield. Mansfield to Stoddard. Stoddard drives to the hole. Met by McKinnon midair. She left her feet, so they're going to get her for the foul on the shot attempt. So Stoddard's going to go to the line shooting 2.
She is 5 of 6 from the free throw line tonight, Bradley.
Stoddard's first is up and good. Oh my, I jumped the gun there.
You did jump the gun there. Broadcaster Jinx delayed.
Sorry to Callie Stoddard. I totally stole that foul shot from you there. Her second is up. I'm going to wait this time. Good. So the Rebels still up 1 with 18 and a half seconds to go. Weston gets it quickly across half court. She picks up and passes to McKinnon. McKinnon over to Pugmire, back to Weston, back to Pugmire. Pugmire drives to the hole. Hatch is there for the rebound, off the miss, up and good. Hatch had an excellent third quarter there, Rob. Bunch of rebounds and putbacks, along with
7 points.
She had 7 points in the third quarter?
Yes.
Great quarter there by Hatch. We're going to go to break. Rebels up 31-28. And we have a great one for you here. It's going to be a great fourth quarter. We'll be back after this.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent...
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
We're going to quickly get our Bear Lake fan cam in as we didn't have a timeout in the third quarter. So thank you to Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty for sponsoring that fan cam, and we will get it back here. There you go. 31-28 with the fourth quarter just starting. And wow, I have not adjusted our scoreboard on the air, so I apologize, but it is the start of the fourth quarter as Smith passes it up to Weston. Weston to McKinnon for 3. That comes off hard and rebounded by Stoddard. Stoddard will get it across. She's guarded by Paige Smith. Over to Stedman. Stedman passes to Olenslager. Olenslager to Stoddard. Stoddard looks to drive. She kicks it back out to Stedman. That's tipped by Weston. Weston stays on her. Jorgensen over to Olenslager on the perimeter. Olenslager passes to Stedman. Back to Stoddard. Olenslager tries for 3, and that is off. Tipped by Hatch, and they're going to say it was then tapped by Jorgensen. So good tip there by Hatch to give it back to the Rebels.
And there's the shot clock coming into effect, Bradley.
Absolutely.
It was down under 10.
Love it. Love having the shot clock. Weston crosses the timeline, passes it to Smith. Back to Weston up top. She gets to McKinnon on the wing. Weston takes a dribble, passes it to McKinnon. Back to Weston. Over to Smith. Smith to Weston. Weston's going to try for 3, and that is off and rebounded by Pugmire, but then stolen by the Grizzlies and then given to McKinnon, and she's going to get fouled. Good effort there by both Pugmire and McKinnon to keep the ball alive and on the Rebels side.
13th rebound of the night for Bray Pugmire, Bradley.
That's amazing. 6:39 to go here in the game. Rebels up 3. Weston inbounds it up to McKinnon up top. McKinnon drives to the key, gets it to Weston, who will try for 3 again. This time it rattles out. Jorgensen gets the board. Christensen passes it over to Stoddard. Stoddard to Stedman. Stedman gets it to a cutting Christensen, and they're going to get McKinnon with the foul there on the ground.
First foul for the Rebels in the quarter, and her 4th. And Coach Lundgren is not making a move on the bench now. Here comes Kara
Yes,
Jolly.
that's 4 on McKinnon, you're right. Stedman gets the inbound. She passes it back to Olenslager on the corner. Up to Stoddard, or to Jorgensen, and then to Christensen. 25 seconds to go on the shot clock. Jorgensen has it on the perimeter on the right wing. She passes over to Stoddard, and they're going to call Stoddard with the travel. So McKinnon will come out. Luckily, in the brink of time, she didn't use that 5th foul. Weston crosses the timeline, passes it over to Smith. Smith gets it back to Weston in the corner. Weston to Smith in the left wing. Over to Jolly. Jolly gets it into Hatch. Hatch kicks it back to Weston, who then gets it to Smith at the wing. Nearly stolen. Kept alive by Jolly, who's going to be fouled by Stedman. That'll just be Grace's 2nd team foul, so we are not in the bonus yet. But the Rebels will take the ball underneath here.
I think with that foul mess up before got me off, but that is the 2nd foul on Stedman. But you're right, Bradley, 2 on the Grizzlies in the quarter.
So Yost goes in for Olenslager. Inbound pass is stolen by Stoddard. She gets it up to Stedman on the wing. Stedman to Jorgensen at the baseline. Jorgensen then gets it over to Yost on the opposite baseline. Jorgensen tries for the rebound off that missed shot, and it is off the fingertips. No, it drives me crazy, Rob. I'm seeing both ours and Grace's players after mistake looking up at their parents. That has always driven me crazy. I'm just making that side note. Jolly goes for the 3. That is off and rebounded by Yost and kicked out to Christensen. Christensen passes ahead to Stoddard. Stoddard to Jorgensen. Jorgensen tries to drive and has a hook shot right into the hands of Weston, who brings it up. Still a 3-point lead. Haven't scored on either side for a while. 5:02 to go in the game. Jolly to Weston, over to Smith. Smith gets a screen by Hatch. Weston's going to try for 3. Just off the mark again. But who rebounds it? Of course, Pugmire, who then gets it to Smith. Bray just fighting for her life down there and is doing such a good job. She gets another rebound and pass out to Smith, then to Weston. Absolute workhorse, Rob. Weston up top to Jolly. Jolly gets it over to Pugmire. Pugmire back to Weston, then to Smith in the corner. Smith thinks about it, then drives. Passes to Weston up top. She's extended up from the wing. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Jolly has it up top. She gets it to Pugmire. Only 2 seconds left. You got to shoot. Weston with a long 3. No. It should reset on the rim contact, but they're going to say it's a shot clock violation.
I'm not sure how that's going on, and I can't believe the Lundgren is not halfway across the floor arguing that call.
So Grace will get that after the shot clock violation. Mansfield gets it across the timeline, and Grace is going to take a timeout. As far as I know, Rob, if the ball's in the air, it's not a shot clock violation. It'll reset with the rim, but they're gonna talk about it. We'll be back after the break here.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
We are back here. So Grace takes a timeout with 4:03 to go in the game. Rebels with a 3-point lead. Rob, how long have we been stuck at 31-28?
Well,
it's been a while.
It's been 4 minutes since this quarter started. But I can tell you this, the referees had a little huddle during that break, Bradley, and I think they admitted, oops, our bad.
Yep, the shot clock should have reset when it hit the rim because the Rebels did get possession back, but it was blown dead. But you got to play through things, and the Rebels up 3 looking to keep the lead. Christensen enters it into Stoddard, back to Christensen. Christensen then passes it to Mansfield, over to Jorgensen. She gets it to Stoddard at the corner and drives. She kicks it out to Jorgensen. Big 3 there by Jorgensen to tie this thing up at 31. 3:44 to go in the game. Weston up top, over to Argyle. Back to Weston. Every possession counts now. Tied at 31, 22 to go on the shot clock. The Rebels are just passing around the perimeter trying to get something open here. Argyle skips it over. Argyle skipped it over to Smith, but they're going to call, I believe, it'll either be Yost or Mansfield with the foul. So they're going to call Yost with the foul underneath as she and Hatch were battling, and that is Yost's 4th foul. Weston inbounds it to Hatch, but that's immediately blocked by Yost, but Weston gets it back. She's going to shoot from the corner. Good! Weston gets one to fall in the second half. 34-31 now. 3:10 to go in the game. This is a boxing match back and forth. Mansfield gets it over. Hatch tips it and it stays in bounds. Jorgensen gets it. Stoddard for 3 to tie. That is off. Weston gets it in the corner. Gets it to Pugmire. Pugmire passing it up in transition to Argyle. Argyle takes a dribble into the key. Back to Pugmire. And back to Weston. 23 on the shot clock. 2:45 on the game clock. Rebels up 3. Weston over to Smith on the wing. Back to Weston. Weston gets it to Smith on the wing. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Weston drives a floater. That is off, but rebounded by Hatch. No good. Rebounded by Pugmire, and that is missed. We've gotten a lot of offensive rebounds. Doing great there, but not able to finish those putbacks. 2:19 to go here in the game. Yost gets it underneath. She kicks it back out to Mansfield for 3, and that is good. Tied at 34 with 2:10 to go in the game. Weston gets it across half court. She passes it to her left to Argyle. Smith has it on the wing. Back to Argyle. Argyle's going to have a screen set forward by Hatch. She kicks it to Weston on the wing. Weston up top to Smith. Smith enters it into Hatch. She was met with a lot of contact there, and they're going to get Hatch for the foul on the tie-up for the ball. And McKinnon's going to go in now, I imagine, for Hatch.
That's only the 10th turnover in the second half, Bradley, and that's saying that's a lot of turnovers, but that's cutting it down from the first half.
Yeah, in comparison, absolutely. Stoddard gets the ball into Mansfield. Minute 40 to go in the game, tied at 34. Mansfield picks up her dribble, looking for help. She gets it in Stoddard. Stoddard over to Christensen. Jorgensen has it in the corner. She kicks it over to Stoddard, who's going to drive to the hole, and that is missed, but rebounded by Yost. That is missed and rebounded by Paige Smith. Minute 23 to go, 32 on the shot clock. Smith gets it up to McKinnon. In the corner to Argyle, back to McKinnon on the wing. Up top to Smith. Weston gets it on the wing. She gets it to McKinnon for 3. That comes off hard, but Weston rebounds. Shot clock will restart. 1:06 to go here. Argyle looks inside, over to Weston. Rebels passing it around the perimeter. McKinnon over to Smith. They feed it into Pugmire, and that is good. Pugmire fighting so hard underneath, and she gets it and is able to finish with 49 seconds to go. Rebels up 2. And Pugmire gets the steal and is fouled. She is an absolute warrior tonight, Rob. She's had about 1 billion rebounds, and right there she gets the steal and is fouled, and will get the Rebels the ball back.
I've got her with 16, but as you know, it's not easy to keep track of everything all at once.
Inadvertent buzzer there. I think the score clock has a question.
They're wondering if that's 5 fouls on the Grizzlies. That would put.
Oh, so Yost is coming out. That was her
that
fifth
is
foul.
5.
Okay.
That's what the problem is. She was a beast underneath, Bradley. But the bad news is, in comes Olenslager.
Yeah, they have the pick. They have lots of picks on tall girls, that's for sure. Like I say, they had a great volleyball team. You're seeing why. 43 seconds to go here in the game. Rebels up 2. Shot clock has been reset. Weston passes it to Argyle. Argyle back to Weston. Rebels passing around the perimeter. Weston has it up top. Pass it to McKinnon on the left wing. Oh, she tries to feed it inside to Pugmire, but that is stolen by Mansfield. Mansfield tries to get it up the floor to Christensen, and it is too much and goes out of bounds. A lot of clock came off. 23 seconds.
23 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock's off, Bradley.
Yep, no more shot clock. We're back in Wyoming. No more shot clock. But this is exciting, Rob. Rebels up 2 with the ball. And decision time here for Grace because there is no shot clock. And they just have to foul once to put the Rebels in the bonus. So I got to imagine that's what they're going to do here.
Question is how the Rebels going to do on the free throws. They've only shot 8 tonight, and they are 4 of 8.
So 50% from the line, and not a lot of foul shots anyway as a whole.
Got a shout out to the pep band for keeping the crowd excited in this one, Bradley.
Pugmire gets it into Weston. Weston's being pressured. She gets it over to Paige. Off of her shin, but able to handle it. Stolen temporarily by Grace, and a jump ball.
And the possession arrow is to the Grizzlies. Got 15 seconds, Bradley. Going to take a timeout.
Yep, I wonder if they would. So 15.7 seconds. So Rob, obviously you want to keep Grace away from the perimeter. No threes here. I'm wondering, does Grace go for the win here, or are they going to go for the tie?
Well, here's my question, Bradley. You've only got 2 team fouls on the Rebels. You've got a couple to give. So do you slow up the progress of the offense by giving them a foul up top? That will be the decision. Only 15.7 on the clock, and Grizzlies are down to 1 timeout, Bradley. The Rebels still have 4 to use.
So once again, for our listeners, 15.7 seconds on the scoreboard. Rebels up 2. And as Rob just said, the Grizzlies are just 1 foul away from putting the Rebels into the bonus, whereas the Rebels just have 2 team fouls. So you certainly, as I say, you don't want the Grizzlies to shoot a 3 here. They've hit a few, mostly from Mansfield. I think she's had 1 or 2. Jorgensen had the big one this half. I'm not sure if we've seen from anyone else.
Christensen had 1 as well early in the game. But I would use those 2 fouls, Bradley.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Just don't foul on a 3-point attempt.
And don't foul on any, or a shot attempt on give them an and 1.
So Jorgensen, yes, good point. Avoid those and ones. Jorgensen's going to inbound here. They get it in to Stoddard. 15 seconds to go here. Stoddard gets it to Stedman on the 3. She takes a dribble and a shot. Oh, and it just rims out. Weston gets the rebound. Oh, she thought she was going to get fouled. Grace gets the ball back, and it goes in as the buzzer sounds. They're not going to count it. They're saying it was not. Rob, she definitely got that off in time.
Yeah. As much as the Molly 3-pointer was gone.
Yeah, they're going to count it. Okay. So 36. We're going to overtime. I think Molly thought she was going to get fouled there as she was passing. So tied at 36. We're going to overtime. We'll be back after this.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Healthy teeth and gums affect your overall health, including the mental image you have of yourself. That's just one reason that good dental care and hygiene habits should begin at a young age. Healthy teeth mean fewer sick days from school and higher self-esteem. We all want our children to be successful. Teaching them healthy dental habits at a young age with regular cleanings and dental checks is part of the answer. Dr. McKay Frankham serves patients of...
We are in overtime here, tied at 36. And that ball is tipped to Stoddard for the Grizzlies. Yeah, the Rebels could have closed that out, and they can't think about that now. They need to work to finish this thing out and close it off as they get into Jorgensen inside, and that is up and good. Good move there by Jorgensen. Weston gets the ball and crosses the timeline. Over to Smith, back to Weston. She gets it to Argyle. Argyle passes it back to Weston. Weston hands it to Smith. Smith dribbles to her left, gets it back to Weston. Weston passes it to McKinnon. Back to Weston. They are getting it around the perimeter, trying to get a look into Pugmire. Weston passes back to Smith. 7-6 on the shot clock. Weston gets it to Smith. That is tipped and into the hands of Jorgensen. Rebels really do not want to give the Grizzlies momentum here, and that would come with a score, I would imagine, as Stedman gets it to Mansfield. Over to Stoddard on the wing. Stoddard passes it up to Stedman. Stedman over to Mansfield, who goes baseline, then gets it to a cutting Stoddard. Smith is then called for the foul as she tries to steal it.
That's a late whistle, Bradley. And into the game, Brinley Hatch coming in for Cass Argyle. And that resets the shot clock.
So 2:49 to go here in overtime. Grizzlies up 2. Mansfield, Christensen gets it into Stedman. Stedman just drives in out of control. And Pugmire tries for the rebound, and she is fouled in doing so.
I'm out of room on the stat sheet, Bradley. Sorry.
That'll put Pugmire at the line shooting 2. Try to tie this one up.
First free throws of overtime, but also the first free throws since the third quarter.
Pugmire's foul shot is up and good. Hopefully this next one drops. 2:43 to go in overtime. In quarter number 5, you would say. Pugmire's shot is up and off the rim this time. So 38-37 for the Grizzlies. Christensen crosses the timeline. Back to Stoddard, then to Christensen. 23 to go on the shot clock. Stoddard drives to the baseline, then kicks it to a cutting Jorgensen. That was a nice play setup, but it is at her feet, and the Rebels get the ball back with 2:22 to go here. Looking to take the lead on this possession. McKinnon back up top to Weston. Back to McKinnon. She looks to feed Pugmire, gets it to Weston on the baseline. Weston gets it to Pugmire. Pugmire is fouled underneath. She'll go to the line again, shooting 2. That's what I would do, Rob. I would just keep getting it to Bray underneath and see if she can wear him down, especially with no Owenslager in there.
And that is the 4th foul on Jorgensen, so there's another one in trouble.
First foul shot is up and no good for Pugmire. Seriously though, Rob, I'm shocked that Owenslager's not on there. I understand that she's not too much of a scoring threat, but defensively she is so hard to go against. Second foul shot is up and good. We are tied at 38. Coach Lungen wants to take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
We are back, and Rob, we have a good one here. We don't have the stat or the timing of it. Man, there have been a lot of tied. It's been tied for a lot today at different points in the game.
2 minutes and 9 seconds. Bradley, do the Rebels put a little bit of pressure on full court? Paige Smith is slowly making her way across the...
If there wasn't a shot clock, you absolutely would do something, but they'll be forced to do something here in 30 seconds. Stoddard gets it across. She passes to Gilbert in the corner. Back to Christensen, up to Mansfield. Stoddard has it on the left wing. She passes to Gilbert up top. Gilbert wide open for three, and that just rims out. That was close. My high cholesterol levels almost finished me on that one. Weston gets it across the timeline. She passes to Paige on the right wing. Paige to Pugmire. Oh, Pugmire tries to get it inside the Hatch, and that is knocked away. Back into the hands of the Grizzlies. Stoddard passed it up, and Weston gets the steal. She's going to go all the way to the hoop. And that is good. Weston able to take it all the way to the hole, giving the Rebels a 2-point lead. Weston tips it again, but this time Grace does keep it alive. They get to Mansfield in the corner. She drives baseline. Up to Stoddard for three. She takes a dribble and drive. Molly and Jorgensen fighting for the rebound. Jorgensen gets it and puts it back. Now Grace wants a timeout. Oh boy, back tied at 40. So Weston able to get a steal in transition. And then on the other end, Jorgensen gets a big offensive rebound and puts it back up. We are still tied at 40. So Rob, anything of note yet? I know we're trying to catch our breath here. Minute 5 to go in overtime, mind you. For all of our listeners who are just tuning in, we do have the boys game following this. They're going to have the bar has been raised for the entertainment factor so far. And this is a full gym because of Grace's presence too. This has been fun.
Bray Pugmire to take the ball from the referee as you've got 1 minute and 4 seconds.
She inbounds to Weston, who gets it across the timeline. We'll see what Coach Lundgren has in store as Smith gets it on the wing back to Weston over to McKinnon. Weston has it. She gets it inside to Hatch. Great pass. Great finish by Hatch. 42-40 now.
All the attention was on Pugmire.
42 seconds to go here. 29 seconds on the shot clock. Gilbert has it on the wing over to Christensen to Mansfield. Mansfield dribbles, gives to Gilbert up top. Back to Stoddard. Stoddard's their best driver. We'll see what she does here. She's being guarded by Weston. Weston is screened. Stoddard still has it. Stoddard passes to Gilbert. Over to Mansfield. Christensen gets it up to Jorgensen. She tries to get it to Mansfield, and that is thrown away with 16 seconds to go. And Coach Lundgren's going to take a timeout here. Great defense for the Rebels. That was a huge possession. Coach Lundgren going to take a full timeout, so we'll go to a quick break. We'll be back after this.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
We are back. We have had an absolute battle here at Rich High School between the Grace Grizzlies and your Rich Rebels. And the Rebels currently find themselves up 2 in overtime with 16.9 on the clock. And the Rebels are in the bonus. So you got to imagine Grace is going to foul on the inbound as the shot clock plays no factor anymore. So Pugmire is going to be inbounding it. Rob, we've had tons of steals today. We hope that one doesn't occur right here. Pugmire gets it into McKinnon. Great pass there. Up to Smith. She has it up top. No foul yet. Mansfield finally does get Paige Smith. I like that. I like sending Paige to the line here. So 10.1 on the clock.
That was a gutsy pass across the half-court line because
yes,
that
it
one
was
almost
especially
picked
from
off.
our angle.
Yeah.
So Smith going to the line, shooting 2 here. First is up and off the front of the rim. You want to at least get this one to make it so that a game cannot be won by Grace in one possession. Smith's shot is up and good. Good foul shot by Page. Stoddard has it. 8 seconds to go. And a timeout by Grace. Almost carried there by Stoddard. That was close. 6.6 to go.
You've got a foul to give, Bradley. We talked about this before.
Yep.
6 seconds, you can use it. That's going to slow down the offensive play for the Grizzlies, but I'm not in Coach Lundgren's head. So,
well, you wish that we could have 5 so we could just send them to the line. We'll see what happens here. As we talked about before, Rob, now will Grace even enter it inside? I don't know, but like you said, we don't want to get an and one here. But more so, you don't want to foul on a 3. And so we'll see what gets drawn up here. Great matchup today.
The possession arrow is in favor of the Rebels. If you could get a tie-up, that would clinch the game as well.
But still, yeah.
Yep.
So, but that was a big free throw by Page to make it so that it is a 3-point game. I would not be comfortable being up 2 in this situation.
I'd say if you can get a couple seconds off that clock and use one of those fouls, that would seal the game for you.
We'll see what happens here. Once again, 6.6 seconds on the clock. Rebels up 43-40. We are in overtime. Free basketball going on here. I love overtime. It's the best. Unless it doesn't go your way. Then it's the worst. Jorgensen on the inbound. She gets it into Stoddard. Stoddard to Mansfield for 3 and to go to overtime. Second overtime, and that is off and out of bounds. They're going to call it.
Wait a minute. Referees are going to have a little chat here, Bradley.
If anything, it's going to be out of bounds with like 0.3 on the clock. So they want to talk about it.
They're going to put a little bit of time back on the clock.
And it will be Rebel ball.
There you go.
0.4. You just have to touch it.
That was a good look, Bradley.
It was. You had good drawn up play. Mansfield was open. So one thing you can't do here, Rob, you can't chuck it down the floor and have it go out of bounds, or else Grace would get it right there. So really, just get it in to where someone touches it. 0.4 seconds is the lowest amount that you can put on the clock that someone can get a shot up. It might be 0.3, but it's right there. So Olenslager's going to try to tip this pass. Ball is in to Smith, and that is game. Great game as the Rebels win by 3 in overtime. Rob, we have a lot to talk about. We'll go to a quick break, and then we will have a post-game show coming your way. Thanks for tuning in.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Healthy teeth and gums affect your overall health, including the mental image you have of yourself. That's just one reason that good dental care and hygiene habits should begin at a young age. Healthy teeth mean fewer sick days from school and higher self-esteem. We all want our children to be successful. Teaching them healthy dental habits at a young age with regular cleanings and dental checks is part of the answer. Dr. McKay Frankum serves patients of all ages. Call today and schedule dental appointments for your family. Dr. McKay Frankum, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices.
Make your day even better by indulging in delectable, freshly prepared classics at the Crawford Trough. Come enjoy succulent cheeseburgers, rich raspberry shakes, crispy onion rings, or golden fries, and pair it all with our exclusive River Bridge soda. For another favorite, try a grilled chicken wrap or a yummy twisted ice cream cone. Make the perfect dining experience with our delightful Crawford Trough staff. Treat yourself to something delicious from the Crawford Trough in Randolph.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our rich rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
We are back. It's time for our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Rob, you have a lot to say when it comes to the recap of the game.
Well, the Lady Rebels down 9-11 at the end of the first quarter, down 3 at halftime, and then up 3 as you went into the fourth quarter. And it looked like the Lady Rebels had the win as Molly Weston got the rebound late in the game, but a turnover and a shot that went up and found about every edge of the rim, sent it into overtime, and the Grizzlies jump out early. They get the 2-0 lead in overtime, but the Rebels come back and take a 3-point win.
And that is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Now to our precision play of the game. Rob, I have 2, and they happened right back to back, both in overtime. Molly Weston's steal at half court to then go and finish at the hoop with a defender right on her to tie us up at 40. And then right after that, Weston then gets a great pass into Brindley Hatch, who has a strong finish to put us up for good, 42-40. And that will be our precision plays of the game. And now player of the game, Rob. A lot of good players, but really one really stood out that just battled all night long.
Well, with the height of the Grizzlies, Bray Pugmire was on fire underneath, 17 rebounds and 12 points, and she nearly had a double-double last night. She was, I think, 1 rebound short.
How many rebounds did you say she had tonight?
17. So I got her with
17 rebounds. I love it. I'm a sucker for rebounds. I love it. That's a great part of the game. So stay tuned. We're going to go into our pregame for the boys as they are 6 minutes away from taking on the Grace Grizzlies. We are, of course, behind because of overtime, so we'll be quick. We'll be back after this.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Paxton Nicodemus. I'm a sophomore, and I play guard. Dylan Fonsbeck. I'm a junior, and I play forward.
I'm Carter Scott. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Carter Grohl, junior, forward.
Cade Nelson, junior, forward.
Bridge Longren. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Dylan Wasden, junior, forward.
My name is Jet Holmes. I'm a junior, and I play point guard.
My name is Riker Hoffman. I'm a shooting guard, and I'm a senior.
Carter Hoffman, shooting guard, senior.
Drake Weston, senior, guard.
Daniel Smith, senior, forward.
Dax Jolly, small forward, freshman.
Connor Creel, I'm a sophomore, and I play guard.
Wyatt O'Malley, I'm a freshman, and I'm a guard.
Wyatt Tingy, freshman, guard.
Bodie O'Malley, sophomore, center.
My name is Nash Perry, and I am a freshman, and I play guard.
I'm Valen Cornia, I'm a freshman, and I play guard.
Hunter Cordia, I'm a freshman, and I play center.
Connor Argyle, I'm a freshman, and I'm a center.
We are back. This is our pregame show. The boys 4.5 minutes away from tip-off. Rob, tell us, there's not much we know, but tell us what you have researched about these Grace Grizzlies.
I haven't been able to find anything. For some reason, Max Preps has not got anything on them, other than the fact that they had them listed with 41 players on their roster. So can't give you much, but what I will give you, Bradley, is a quick update from Kemmer. Brindley Kirk is 2-0, both with pins. Hazel Wilson, 0 for 1. Katharina Smith, 1-0. Hillary Rex is 2-0. Ava Nelson is 1-0. Nina Hillier is 2-0. And Bella Trujillo looks like she's got an injury. She lost one of the matches. Nope. She is 2-0. It is Vivi Lopez that has got the injury. Medical forfeit on the second match. So that's from the girls' side. I'll see if I can find out for the boys' side.
Gotcha. Yep, for anyone just tuning in, the Lady Rebels just finished an exciting one in overtime, able to beat Grace by 3. And the boys now looking to get a rebound after last night's loss to Cokeville. This is an important game, Rob, because tomorrow's the most difficult of the trifecta this week against North Summit. So the Rebels really need to get a W, not only win, but get some confidence back, as shooting 0 for 18 from the 3 and having 10 missed layups that's going to mess with your mind. It's just how it is, and that's how sports is. It's right there in sports psychology. So now the Rebels really need to get some swagger back tonight, get their mojo back. So
I would say the best way to do that is being on your home floor.
Yep.
And in a comfortable gym that you know well, and that'll help.
So we'll be back after this. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to bypass the interview with Coach Cornea. You'll hear it tomorrow. You may have already heard it yesterday. We're going to bypass that, as we are just 2.5 minutes to go here. And we were not able to do our cheerleading lineup. So we're going to go there now. Thank you to Sabi Trucking for sponsoring that. And we'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Tess Cornea. I'm a junior and I'm a base.
I am Ashlyn Stevens. I am a junior and I am a flyer.
Hi, I'm Quincy Call. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name's Carly England. I'm a junior and I'm a flyer.
I'm Chaisley Levitt, back spot and sophomore.
Avery Weston, junior, side base.
Hi, I'm Bryn Christensen. I'm a sophomore and a back spot.
I'm Kelsey Heiner. I'm a sophomore and I'm a base.
I'm Irie Carlisle. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name is Jordan Reese. I am a freshman and I am a base.
I'm Cassie Argyle. I'm a senior and I'm a base.
Hi everyone, my name is Camry Call. I'm a senior at Ridge High and I'm a back spot.
I'm Joss Ennis. I'm a senior and I'm a flyer.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Okay, so we have the starting lineup underway for Grace. Number 4, Braden Kimball. Number 15, Mitt Tingy. Number 25, Carson Reeves. Number 31, Carson Welch. And number 45, Landon Moss. So Grace definitely has size, Rob. This will be a good competitive game once again. For the Rebels, number 2, Riker Hoffman. Number 4, Daniel Smith. Number 5, Drake Weston. Number 12, Ridge Lundgren. Number 23, Carter Hoffman. And that will round it out. That is who's going to go to battle here. And once again, Rebels coming off a very tough loss last night to Cokeville, looking to get that mojo back. And that's going to be right here against the Grace Grizzlies.
Very senior-laden team, Bradley, on the Grizzly side, but they're starting a sophomore, Mittingy. Other than that, you've got 4 seniors in the starting lineup. But I guess that's equal to the Rebel side, 4 seniors and a junior.
Absolutely. Once again, if you're just tuning in, the Lady Rebels just finished up an overtime victory against Grace by 3. Great game there. Thank you for tuning in. We should have another good one here. Daniel Smith in for the tip for the Rebels. That ball's tipped right to Drake Weston. Weston going the other way now. He will drive and kick it back out to Lundgren. Lundgren on the wing. He gives to Hoffman, Riker Hoffman, who hands to Carter Hoffman. Carter Hoffman then drives into his left. He'll kick it back out to Lundgren. 16 on the shot clock. Lundgren pulls up and shoots. That is off the mark. And rebounded by number 4, Kimball. Kimball passes it up. He gets it to Reeves, who then hands it to Tingy. Tingy drives to his left. Back to the outside to Moss. And they're going to call an offensive foul on 31, Carson Welch, underneath. So the Rebels will get the ball back quickly. 7:22 to go in the first quarter. Weston crosses half court. He drives to his left, kicks it to Lundgren in the corner, who shoots, and that just rattles out. Rob, Lundgren missed bad on that first one. I'm glad he jumped right back on the horse, even though it was a second miss. We just need to keep going until we get back in our rhythm. Moss has it on the right wing. He drives all the way to the hole, and they're going to get him. That's going to be a jump. So that will stay with Grace. No score yet on the board, as Braden Kimball will go to inbound for Grace. He nearly gets the 5-second rule, as number 15, Matt Tingy, and Riker Hoffman get tied up on the inbound. They're going to get Riker on the foul there.
That's his first, and Coach Cornea is not happy with that one, as that was a 50-50 ball, and neither one of them seemed to back down.
The arms were intertwined there. Kimball back to inbound it once again. Kimball gets it in to Welch, and that is stolen by Weston. Weston gets it up ahead to Carter Hoffman. Carter Hoffman goes up and under, and he is fouled. If that's on 31, if that's on Welch, that's his second, and it will be on Welch. So Carter Hoffman, a good, strong drive to the hoop, and he'll go to the line shooting 2.
Chance to break the ice of the scoring already, Bradley.
So Hoffman's first is up and good.
A little bit of a frozen rope there.
Well, we're already doing better than yesterday.
Yep.
We've got the lead in the first quarter, so much better start this time. Hoffman's second is up and just rims out. Good rebound by Daniel Smith. He keeps it alive, gets it out to Carter Hoffman. Carter, he drives again, and he is blocked by Matt Tingy from behind, but that goes out of bounds. The Rebels will keep possession. Lundgren, he looks to inbound. They're going to get Daniel Smith, I believe, with the offensive foul on that screen. So that's going the other way. So Kimball will bring the ball up here, guarded by Weston. He does get it across half court. Weston forcing him left. Kimball, he drives in, Weston right on him. He gets it out to Welch. Welch mishandles it. He tries to prevent the backcourt, gets it ahead to Hoffman. Hoffman stops short to avoid the screen, and they're going to call, let's see, it is It is a foul on the rebound. Let's see who they're going to call that on. Riker, is that who they got that on?
Yep, they did.
So that's Riker's second.
And Carter Scott, number 25, off the Rebel bench.
That's frustrating for Riker. 2 light fouls get him to the bench now as Carter Scott does check in. Kimball brings the ball up. He passes it to Tingy, back to Welch. Excuse me, to Kimball. 20 on the shot clock. Weston doing a great job on Kimball, not letting him on the inside. Hoffman almost gets the steal against Welch. Welch's shot is up and no good, but Kimball able to get the rebound. He passes it to the corner. 3 attempt up and no good by Moss, but Moss gets his own rebound and puts it back to give the Grizzlies a 2-1 lead. Ridge tries to get it up court, and that is stolen on the transition pass by Kimball. 5:29 to go here in the first quarter. Kimball crosses the timeline. He's in the right wing. He gets it to Moss in the corner. That is a shot attempt by Carson Reeves from the elbow, and that is no good. Rebounded by Smith to Lundgren to Scott. Hoffman now drives to the hole, and that is good. Once he got past his man, it was an open field there, and he is fouled, and they're going to give him an and one. So Hoffman will go to the line. He gives his team a lead, and now will try to extend it with this foul shot.
Carson Reeves, a senior, with his first foul, but the third on the Grizzlies in the quarter.
Hoffman's foul shot is up and good. 4-2 for the Rebels. Kimball gets it up to to Hill. Hill dribbles to his right. He passes to the corner to Tingy, who's going to try for 3. That's off the front iron. Rebound by Daniel Smith, and that was tipped out by Hill. We're going to credit Daniel with the rebound, but then it was tipped out of bounds. 4:50 to go in the first quarter as Smith gets it into Weston. 4-2. Favor of the Rebels. Both teams with 3 fouls apiece. Weston drives all the way in, and that is just off the mark. Tingy with the rebound. He gets it out to Reeves, who passes it ahead. Kimball now takes baseline. Great defense by Daniel Smith as Kimball steps out of bounds. So in for the Rebels is Scott, Weston, Lundgren, Hoffman, and Smith. Still 4-2 with 4:29 to go. Scott inbounds it to Lundgren. Lundgren back over to Weston. Still trying to get it across half court. Lundgren does get it across. He passes to Daniel Smith. Smith up to Scott. Scott over to Weston. In the wing. Weston pump fakes, takes a step in, and gets a nice jumper. That is up and good. 6-2 now for the Rebels. Kimball has it on the left wing for the Grizzlies. 4 minutes to go in the first. Tingy has it up with Weston defending. They get it to the corner. Corner to Reeves. Reeves enters it into Welch. Welch tries. That is off the mark. Ridge Lundgren with the rebound going the other way. He gets Weston on the left wing. A long 3. That is just off the mark. Tipped into the hands of Carter Scott. Scott gets it back to Carter Hoffman. Carter Hoffman pump fakes and drives from the right wing. And that he will be stopped by a group of Grace Grizzlies. Hill now with the ball on the right wing. He gets it to Tingy up top. Tingy over to Kimball. Kimball will now have a long 3, and that just rims out. Good rebound by Carter Hoffman. Good box out. He gets it to Lundgren. Rob, we have Dylan Fonsbeck looking to sub in now as well. Player of the game last night in a game that didn't have much to brag about, but he did a great job. Reeves gets the rebound and takes it coast to coast, but is stopped. And a missed layup rebounded by Daniel Smith, and that is tipped out of bounds. And Daniel had a great showing there. He's going to take a breath for a minute as Dylan Fonsbeck is into the game. 3:06 to go here.
4 rebounds for Daniel in that 5-minute stretch.
Lundgren gets it across to Scott. Scott being double teamed. Back to Lundgren. Lundgren finds Weston in the corner. Weston drives, kicks out to Scott, who's wide open on the left wing, and that is just short. We got some head games going on still, Rob.
Yep.
Tingy gets it up to Hill, but that's knocked away by Lundgren. The Grizzlies will now reset as Hill passes it into Kimball. Kimball crosses the timeline, passes over to Hill. Hill looking into the inside. He'll drive. He passes it off to Moss in the corner and then right back to Reeves. That was a nice play there. Weston gets it across half court, passes it to Ridge at the wing. Ridge, Skip passes it to Hoffman. Hoffman drives and then there's a nice pass to Fons at the block, and he is fouled on the attempt there, so Fonsbeck will go to the line shooting 2. Excuse me, I need to fix our score, 6-4.
Foul is on Mitt Tingy. That is his first. And the first free throws for Fonsbeck for the night.
Fonsbeck's first foul shot is up and good, giving the Rebels a 3-point lead, 7-4, with 2:19 to go in the first quarter. So Welch does get back into the game. He subs in for Carson Reeves. Fonsbeck's second is up and off the front iron. Carter Hoffman battles for the rebound. He locks up with Moss, and the Rebels will keep the ball. They have possession. So Lundgren looking to inbound here. Grace in his zone defense, 2-3 zone. Lundgren gets it to Weston in the corner. Weston's three is up but no good. One-handed rebound there by Derek Hill. Derek Hill gets it up to Kimball. Kimball's on the left wing. He tries to get an entry pass into Welch, but great defense by Dylan Fonsbeck and a finished layup up the court.
They're going to say it's basket interference.
So the layup was good by Drake, but they're going to say that was offensive goaltending as the rim was touched by one of the Rebels as the ball was going in. So still 7-4 with 1:56 to go in the first quarter. Kimball gets it into Moss. Moss kicks it out to Hill on the wing. That is off the front iron. Welch does rebound, gets it back to Hill. Up to Tingy for three. That rims out. Moss with a strong rebound. He tips it back out to Kimball. Ball is tipped again into the hands of Tingy, and this time he gets a drive into the hole. Up quickly to Lundgren. Lundgren then drives in, and that is just off the front iron. Hill has it in transition. He's on the right wing, nearly stolen by Weston, and he passes it right to Lundgren. Now it's Lundgren and Tingy one-on-one. Lundgren not able to finish, but Drake Weston there for the rebound and putback. Coach Corney wants a timeout. Good run there by the Rebels as the Rebels find themselves up 9-6 with 1:12 to go in the first quarter, and that is a timeout by the Grizzlies. We'll be back after this.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
We are back. I'm getting reports that our picture is a little bit blurry for someone. If somebody else could text me and confirm that they have a blurry screen as well, we'll see if it's something on our end. The game continues. Just under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Grace with the ball. Tingy has it on the right wing. He gets it into the inside to Moss, and Moss has a nice little jumper there from the middle of the key. Grizzlies now down just one with 40 seconds to go here. Weston gets it across the timeline to Lundgren. Lundgren back to Weston at the half-court mark. Weston dribbles to his left. Gets it back to Lundgren at the top. Lundgren drives on Kimball. He backs back out. Step back three. That is off. Dylan Fonsbeck fighting for the rebound, but that does come up. Derek Hill gets it up to Kimball. Kimball gets it up to Moss in transition. Great defense there by Weston to knock it out of his hands, but Grace does retain possession. Tingy, 4-3 off the front iron. Lundgren and Welch battle for the rebound, but they're going to give that foul to Ridge on that attempted putback by Welch.
First foul on Ridge for the night, the fourth on the Rebels to match the 4 for the Grizzlies. And the free throw is off.
So Jet Holmes into the game for Ridge. Carter Grohl also going into the game. So for anyone that's having a picture issue, if you're watching on YouTube, try to go on to mylocalradio.com for potentially a better picture. It looks like all the connections are good on our end. Carter Scott gets the ball over to Weston at the buzzer, and that is just off. So we will finish things off here in the first quarter with the Rebels closing out, now up 9-8. We've got another dogfight here. We'll be back after this.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change a message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter for the Rebels here as they are up 1 to the Grace Grizzlies. Low scoring game here. Definitely a defensive battle going on between the Rebels and the Grizzlies. So Kimball inbounds to Hill. Hill gets it across the timeline. Gets it to Welch at the high post. Welch hands it off to Tingy. Tingy drives to the hole, and that is good. Tingy will give his team the lead now, 10-9. Scott with a quick three. There we go. Hopefully that's the catalyst to get things going, Rob. Moss wants a three of his own, and that is just off the front iron. Weston drives quickly across half court. He passes to Scott. Scott for another three. That one is off. Tingy with the rebound and kick out to Kimball. Kimball gets it to Tingy up top. Tingy passes to Moss on the wing. Moss back to Tingy. Tingy looks to drive, and that ball is knocked away by Carter Hoffman.
Going to give Carter, I believe, his second foul of the game, and Ridge Lundgren coming in for Riker Hoffman.
Oh, so they called that on Riker.
Right, they did.
That's his third. Dang it.
Ridge back off the bench with not much of a rest as he continues to try to battle with sickness this week.
Poor Riker. It is hard to get things going when you're getting those light fouls called on you. 12-10 in favor of the Rebels. Weston guarding Kimball. Kimball goes to his left. Welch sets a screen on Weston. He jumps it. Welch gets it over to Moss, who enters it into Welch. Welch tries to get it up there, but not able to get to the basket. Weston with the rebound. He dribbles it back out. Top of the key. He hands to Hoffman. Hoffman then enters it into Smith. Smith drives to the hole, and he is fouled. Good move there by Daniel Smith to get himself to the foul line.
And the foul is going to go to Landon Moss. That is his first, and the first for the Grizzlies in the quarter. Daniel to the line for the first free throws of the night for him.
His first is up and good. So 13-10 for the Rebels, 6:31 to go here in the second quarter. Daniel's second is up, and this one rims out. So the Rebels will remain up 3 with just under 6.5 to go in the first half. Kimball crosses the timeline. Welch sets a screen, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Welch as he sets the screen on Weston. Weston a little bit slow to get up. So Jet Holmes into the game for Drake Weston, who's going to just walk that one off, I believe. So Lundgren takes it across the timeline. It's Lundgren, Scott, Smith, Holmes, and Hoffman in. Lundgren has it on the wing. He skips it over to Holmes. Holmes then to Scott up top, then to Lundgren. That pass is deflected by Moss and taken by Hill. Hill passes it to Kimball in the corner, guarded by Scott. Kimball's going to dribble it to the top. Kimball takes it to the right wing, passes it to Tingy up top after the double screen, but Smith does a great job of getting through those screens. Hill now has it on the left wing. Pick and roll there to Reeves. That is missed, but rebounded by Tingy. Tingy by far their most effective player so far in this game. Pass ahead to Hoffman. He tries to dribble in, but he gets it back out to Lundgren on the wing. Lundgren gets it to Hoffman. 23 on the shot clock. Holmes hands it to Scott. Scott to Lundgren. Lundgren thinks about it, but passes it back to Scott. Lundgren trying to get things going there. He gets past Kimball, drives to the hoop, and kicks it out to Hoffman on the wing in the corner, but they're going to call Lundgren for a travel there.
And Gavin Draper, a junior, checks in for the Grizzlies.
I believe Gavin Draper was their quarterback in football, if I remember right. Draper with the ball. He drives to his left, kicks it to Tingy up top. Tingy gets it to 34. Parker Yost, who gets it back to Tingy. Hill with the ball at the top. Dribbles to his right, hands to Tingy. Tingy gets a screen by Yost. Tingy then with a jump shot, and that is good. That gives the Grizzlies the lead up 14-13, 4:16 to go in the first half. Lundgren gets it to Holmes on the wing. Holmes back to Lundgren. Lundgren gets it to Scott in the corner, and that is good. Scott with a nice three from the left wing. Rebels now with the lead back.
He leads the team in three-point percentage, Bradley.
I believe it, as Draper dribbles to his right, then back to Hill up top. Hill gets it to Reeves on the pick and roll, and that bounces out. Reeves gets his own rebound, but there was an absolute scrum for the ball there, and it ends up being in the hands of Lundgren, who gets it down the floor to Scott up top, then to Holmes. Holmes hits Lundgren in the corner for three, off the front iron, back into the hands of Draper. And Tingy's going to bring it up now. Looks like Drake Weston is good as he checks back in. He is back at the score clock. Draper has it at the top. He gives to Tingy. Back to Draper. Draper hits Hill at the wing. Out to Yost, a deep two. That is off the mark. Right into the hands of Daniel Smith. Daniel tries to get Lundgren in transition with the football throw, but it is tipped by Grayson out of bounds. So Rebels will keep possession as Holmes comes out. Weston goes in, and Lundgren will inbound. 3:07 to go in the first half. Rebels up 2 currently.
Referees having a little chat with 34. Parker Yost.
Lundgren to inbound. He gets it to Weston in the corner. Weston's going to dribble it out. Then he drives back to Lundgren, who pump fakes, takes a step in, and that one is off the mark. Rebounded by Draper. He gets it up to Kimball. Into the corner to Tingy. to Reeves and then to Kimball, who gives it to Draper. Good hands there by Lundgren to knock that pass away. Reeves goes up for 2. He misses, gets his own rebound, and tries again, and this time is fouled.
And they're going to give the foul to Daniel Smith. That is his second. Second on the Rebels in the quarter.
What do we have discussing here?
I don't know that call, Bradley. Sorry.
So they're going to reset things here. Lundgren wants to get a change here. Fonsbeck comes in for Daniel. So Scott, Fonsbeck, Weston, Hoffman, and Lundgren in as Kimball looks to inbound. He gets it to Reeves, who's just short, but Draper gets the rebound, gets it to Kimball in the corner. Draper up top for 3, off the mark, but again, rebounded by Yost on that one. Hey, Rob, is Bray still in her game clothes? Can we get her out there to get some rebounds?
We might have to send her in.
She put on a clinic earlier today. The Rebels now with the lead up 2 with 2:32 to go in the first half. First foul shot for Yost is up and no good. Yost goes to the line again. This time gets one to fall. 16-15 for the Rebels. Weston brings it across the timeline. And we're going to get a timeout here by Coach Cornea. We'll go to break as well. This is a T7 Propane production of Rebel Basketball. Online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ-FM.
Hey, it's Hunter here with Les Schwab. Just want to let you know we have America's Best Tire Warranty. It's now available at all Les Schwab Tire Centers. It includes our no-hassle road hazard protection, free tire maintenance, and a 60-day ride satisfaction guarantee included for free. Come visit us at Les Schwab Tire Centers today at 157 Bear River Drive in Evanston.
I apologize. We have been muted so far in the second quarter. You should have sound back. We didn't lose picture, though. That's what's most important. So the Rebels back with the ball and an alley-oop attempt. Ridge catches it, comes down, and goes back up. Good play there. As Rebels now up 20-15 with 1:24 to go here in the second quarter. Draper with the ball at the high post. He gets it to Kimball. Then over to Anderson in the left corner. Back up top to Kimball. Kimball dribbles to his left. and he's going to try to go all the way to the hoop, and he does, but shot is off, and Anderson and Fonsbeck battle for the rebound, go to the ground, and they're going to be a jump ball, giving the possession back to the Rebels, as Weston will bring up the ball here. He dribbles to his left. Drake kicks it to Lundgren up top. 53 seconds to go here. Weston will attempt a three. That is up and good. That will give the Rebels a 23-15 lead with 44 seconds to go. Tingy has it in the corner, and he gets to Anderson, and Anderson's going to be fouled on the drive.
And that will be Carter Hoffman, and I believe his second foul, only the fourth on the Rebels. Hey, what do you know? It's his first.
It's his first foul.
That's because we gave him all to Riker earlier.
The other Hoffman has been taking all the hits so far. Kimball looking to inbound. He does get it into Anderson in the corner. Anderson hands it back to Kimball, who will try for three, and that is off the front iron. Tipped by Weston to Hoffman. Then to Lundgren, who passes it to Hoffman in the wing. Back to Hoffman, who's going to drive to the hole. Gets contact and finishes. Great finish there by Carter as he had contact at the rim. 20 seconds to go here. Rebels now up 10, 25-15. Had a nice little run here at the end. Yost gets it up to Kimball. 9 seconds to go. Kimball drives to his left. He tries for a floater. That's no good. Good rebound by Fonsbeck, who gets it out to Lundgren. Lundgren to Weston. Weston's going to shoot at the buzzer. That is good! Drake Weston with another three to finish things off, giving the Rebels a big 13-point lead to end the half. I think it's safe to say Drake's ankle's okay.
Yeah, it's looking good.
So we will end the half 28-15 in favor of the Rebels. We'll be back after this with our halftime show. Thanks for tuning in.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at t7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
It is now time for our standout student segment for today, and I am catching up with my buddy Hudson Perry. And Hudson, we've got some exciting things to talk about. Football state came out today, and your name is on there. So congrats, bud. How are you?
Thank you.
I've been missing talking about football. I've been talking about basketball too much lately, so I'm glad there's some football news today. So how are you feeling, and how was the season for you?
Well, I was pretty happy when I saw that I was on All-State. I wasn't expecting it and made me really happy. And we got a lot of kids on there, so pretty proud of that.
Well, Hudson, you had a great sophomore season. We're feeling very fortunate that we get you for 2 more years, and you've got a bunch of very talented classmates along with you, so good days ahead for Rich High football. I always had a very hard time going from football to basketball, the winter sport. How are you doing? Football's a month gone. How are you transitioning?
I think like the rest of us, I'm missing football, but I love wrestling, and it's been a weird transition. They're 2 very different sports, and I assume it's the same with basketball, but just changing the mindset and getting ready to go in wrestling.
Let's talk about wrestling. So, Hudson, you dislocated your shoulder in the state championship game. Not sure if a lot of people knew that, and it was re-dislocated in practice. But you are planning on wrestling this weekend. So what meet is coming up this weekend? What's going to be your opening meet?
So we have a duel at Lyman and then a tournament in Kemmer on Saturday and Friday and Saturday.
Do you prefer the duels or the tournaments?
Well, tournaments you get a lot more matches, but the duels, they can get some pretty intense matches, and the atmosphere of duels is pretty cool. So
it's definitely more of a team-like atmosphere with the duels.
Yes, definitely.
So the best of both worlds. How are you liking the high school life?
I think it's awesome. We have some really cool teachers and love my classmates.
So that's, and I know it's a long ways away, but what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be after the days of Rich High are behind you?
Well, hoping to be some type of engineer. Don't know for sure yet, but guess we'll see where life takes me.
Like I say, lucky for us that we've got 2.5 more years of Hudson Perry, and we're excited about those. Hudson, I always like to finish up these interviews with you giving a shout out to a teacher, and could even be a junior high teacher, but who's a teacher that's had a positive impact on your life so far?
Well, I'd have to give it to Coach Cooper Cornea. He's my biology teacher, and he's also the wrestling coach. And, yeah, I think he's just one of our, well, all of our teachers are really good, but he's definitely taught me a lot since I came into high school freshman year, and one of my really good coaches.
Yep, he's a great guy. And so what is it about wrestling? Wrestling's different than any other sport, in my opinion. What makes it such a good sport for life? Because that's how I look at it. But I want to hear your input on why wrestling helps so much in life.
It's definitely the most intense sport I've ever played, and there is a team aspect to it, but it's really just one-on-one, and you have to be really quick at problem solving and honestly just enduring. Just got to have so much more endurance than any other sport and fight through. That should help later in life.
It is an awesome sport, and we wish you the best of luck this season, and we're glad that your shoulder's feeling better, and we'll keep tabs on you and hopefully get some updates this weekend on how you do, but good luck to you and the rest of the wrestlers.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
All right, Rob, time for our first half highlights. And actually, I'm going to change this so that our viewers can watch the cheerleaders instead of looking at a big scoreboard. Anyway, Rob, what do you have for us for those first half highlights?
Well, the Rebels shooting 6 of 13 from inside the arc for 46%. And the good news is 4 of 14 from three-point land, including that one right at the end of the half from Drake Weston. So that's shooting 37% overall. Grace is 9 of 19 in the paint and 0 of 10 from three-point land.
Been there.
Yeah, shooting 31%. They're 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Rebels are 4 of 7. And the Grizzlies winning the battle of the boards 19-17. But the key, I think, is I've got them with 7. Is probably more than that offensive boards for the Grizzlies. Mitchingy leading his team with 4 rebounds. Daniel Smith with 4 boards for the Rebels, and the turnovers only 4 on the Rebel side, 6 on the Grizzlies side. And as far as the points are concerned, Landon Moss with 8 for the Grizzlies, and Drake Weston leading the Rebels with 10.
And Rob, it was an interesting thing there. The Grizzlies went quite a while with their second wind because Tingy was really hurting us for a while there, and then the Rebels able to really take things over on the back of Weston's 8 points to finish out the first half there. And we are now up 28-15 at the half. We'll be back after this. Thank you for tuning in to today's games. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making this happen. This is a Station on Main halftime show.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Welcome back to our listeners out there. We are just about to go back underway, 2 minutes away from the start of the second half here at Rich High School, with the Rebels up 28-15 against the Grace Grizzlies. And Rob, we're starting to get that old Rebel team back that we saw the first couple weeks of the season, and we'll see if they can keep that rolling here in the second half.
I'll make one correction, Bradley. It's never good when you add up the points and it doesn't match what's up on the scoreboard. So Drake Weston with 12 in this first half, which I know he was pretty frustrated after last night's game as I chatted with him this morning. And I told him, hey, you get a second chance today, and he's making it pay.
Well, his mom takes his phone away from him if he shows attitude out on the floor. So you'll see a nice, happy Drake on the floor tonight, rain or shine. So we are just 1:15 to go here to finish out halftime before the start of the second half.
If you were gonna say a key for the second half, Bradley, what would that be?
We got a key. I'm still not super comfortable with Tingy having as much success as he did. That's number 15 for Grace, and so we got to bottle him up. I want Riker to be able to play a lot more. He got into early foul trouble. Hopefully he can go a quarter without fouling and be able to play a lot in this third quarter before having that chance to use those 2 fouls in the fourth quarter. But all in all, I think you let Grace try to get through their motions and then force a shot with the shot clock. That's kind of been successful so far. But we got to do better on the rebounds. There were times where the Grizzlies got multiple offensive rebounds. That can happen. That's just something that you want to get in the habit of for the whole season. Games are lost because of offensive rebounds happening against you. So best for the Rebels to make sure they are clean on the boards in the second half and to bottle up Tingy.
I would agree.
So we are just a few seconds away. Thanks for tuning in. Earlier, the girls were able to take care of business in overtime against these Grace Grizzlies, and so the girls are done for the week. The boys will play North Summit tomorrow as well. And so we are now getting ready to go underway. Start of the third quarter. Rebels up 28-15.
19 points in that second quarter, Bradley, which is pretty much what the Rebels scored in 3 quarters last night. So that offense is clicking a lot better.
And I'm happy, Rob, that a game like last night, that'll either shake you for a handful of games or you just get right back on the horse, and that's what's happened so far. They got to keep the momentum going here.
Looks like the Grizzlies will start the half with the possession.
So Kimball will go over for the Grizzlies to inbound here. And so Kimball does inbound to Moss, and Moss will give it right back. Kimball crosses the timeline, passes to Tingy at the high post. Tingy loses it, and Lundgren able to gain possession of it. Gives it to Hoffman, who drives to the baseline. And they're going to say Hoffman stepped out of bounds there. So the Grizzlies do get the ball back. Kimball's going to bring it up after that turnover. Kimball gets it across the half court with Weston defending him. Welch looks to set a screen on Weston, but they're going to hold off on that. A screen is set on Weston, so Kimball drives, and they're going to say he traveled. Yep, he was out of control going in, so they're going to call him with the travel, and the Rebels get the ball back as Weston inbounds it to Lundgren. Back to Weston. Weston had Daniel Smith under the hoop for just a split second. Didn't see him in time. He hands to Hoffman on the left wing. Hoffman passes it ahead to Scott. Scott's going to drive all the way to the hole, and good. Great drive there by Carter Scott. Rebels now up 15.
8 points for Carter tonight.
Lundgren doing a great job there on Tingy as he brings it up. He passes it to Kimball across half court. Kimball over to Moss. Over to Reeves in the corner. Reeves, an entry pass. He got it in, and that is knocked away by Weston. Weston, a great transition pass to Daniel Smith. Great finish by Daniel. Rebels now up 32-15, and they are rolling. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Kimball trying to get things going. He gets an entry pass to Welch, but that is an attempted still by Carter Scott, and they're going to get him on a foul on that one.
Drake Weston threaded the needle on that pass to Daniel Smith, Bradley. That was a perfect bounce pass.
And a great finish by Daniel, because those layups are hard sometimes to finish when you're going that fast, and he did just that. So inbounded to Reeves. Reeves' shot is off, rebounded by Weston. Weston gets it up the floor to Lundgren. Lundgren back to Weston. Weston drives to the hole, and he's going to be fouled on that attempt. So he'll go to the line shooting 2.
That is the first foul on the Grizzlies in the quarter, and foul goes to Landon Moss, his second.
Weston's first of 2 is good. Rebels up 33-15 with 6:13 to go in the third quarter. That second one just off the mark. Great rebound by Daniel Smith, but he's going to come with a travel. Coach Corney's looking around, wanting an explanation on that one. Great rebound by Daniel.
Yeah, Coach Corney gives him a smile and says, don't worry about it, Daniel.
Kimball inbounds it to Hill. Hill being guarded by Hoffman up the floor. He gets it across, passes. He gets it over to Draper. Draper up to Welch, over to Hill for 3. That's off the front iron. Rebound by Daniel Smith, up to Carter. Carter stops the baseline, back to Smith. Skip passes it to Lundgren. Great find there by Daniel, and good 3 there by Lundgren. And he needed that one, and that was a pretty 3. Great find by Daniel Smith for the skip pass. Hill gets it to Kimball on the corner, who feeds Tingy, and Tingy goes up, and they're going to say the foul was before the shot.
Yeah, that's not a bad foul in my thinking there, Bradley. It's only the second foul on Ridge, and able to stop the Grizzlies from scoring.
Riker Hoffman back in the game. Like I say, I hope he's able to get some good time here in the second half despite those 3 fouls. We're at the point where if he gets his 4th, he probably could stick around. Coach kept him out long enough. Shot is up but no good, and Kimball gets the rebound there. He passes it up to Hill at the top, back to Kimball on the wing, who gets it over to Smith, who tries for 3. That is no good. Rebounded by Lundgren. Lundgren gets it across the timeline. He then drives to the hole, and he's going to be fouled. Good drive there by Ridge. I like that drive there. He's hungry for another bucket, so he went right at it.
Third foul on the Grizzlies in the quarter, and the first foul.
So 5:09 to go here in the third period.
Smith, who's in the game for the first time, as far as I'm aware.
Yes, that's true. Lundgren's first foul shot is up and good. I believe, Rob, Grace yet to score in the second half.
Yep, stuck at 15 for quite a while.
Second is up and good for Ridge. 38-15 now for the Rebels. 5:06 to go in the third. Tingy passes it to Kimball. Kimball dribbles to his left and passes it off to Hill, who gets it to Draper. Draper drives to his right, kicks it over to Kimball on the right wing. They're going to call Weston for a reach there on Kimball.
Hounding him pretty good. He has been all night long.
Yep, only a matter of time that one's going to get called.
But that's his first foul of the night.
4:50 to go in the third. Yep, that's going to be an over and back. He did catch it on this side and continued across the half-court line.
Well, the Smith family must have pretty good confidence that this game is in control.
They're out of here. Weston crosses the timeline. Kimball defending him. He tries to get it into Smith, but that is tipped. That's going to be overruled. Yep. That was tipped by the Grizzlies on that attempt to get it into Smith, so that will stay here.
Probably going home to watch some college football.
That is underway 29 minutes ago. Ridge, the inbounder, he gets it up top to Riker. Riker over to Weston. Weston's going to try for 3, and that is good. Another deep 3 for Drake Weston. Rebels up 41-15 with 4.5 to go in the third. Draper hands it off to Kimball. To Hill, excuse me. Hill stopped by Carter Hoffman. Over to Smith, then to Tingy. Tingy passes it to Kimball, and Kimball drives, and they're going to get a foul on, I believe, Weston here. Yep.
His second, but again, before the shot, and keeps the score frozen at 15.
This game has totally gone the other way here in the third. Kimball gets it into Smith, who will immediately put it up, and there it goes. Grace able to break the ice. 41-17 for the Rebels with 4 to go in the third. Riker to Lundgren up top. Lundgren tries for a 3. That is off the back iron and rebounded by Kimball, who gets it up quickly to Draper. Draper for the layup, and that is pinned off the glass by Lundgren. A great block there. And finally rebounded by Smith, who quickly gets it up to Riker Hoffman. He's met in the air by Smith and not able to finish. That is back in the hands of Tingy, who will then cross the timeline and hand it off to Kimball. Kimball passes to Draper. Draper over to Smith for 3, and that is good. Smith with 5 so far here in the third for the Grizzlies, and Coach Corney is going to take a timeout. We'll be back after this. Rebels up 41-20 with 3:24 to go in the third quarter.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
Welcome back, and we thank Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty, who sponsor our Bear Lake Fan Cam. The crowd has thinned a little bit. It was definitely jam-packed for all the girls' game and the first half of the boys' game. If you're looking for a place in the Bear Lake area, a great place to live, reach out to Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty. So Hoffman gets it to Weston in the corner. Weston drives baseline, gets it back to Hoffman. Hoffman puts it up, but is blocked. Back to Weston, who pump fakes, takes the dribble in, and that is off the mark. And Draper will get the rebound there for the Grizzlies. They get up to Kimball, who will try for 3, and that is off the mark. Weston with the rebound. 2:56 to go here in the third quarter. Weston passes to Lundgren, back to Weston. Weston gets it over to Riker, briefly tipped by Draper. Weston has it again up top. He passes to Hoffman, skips it over to Weston. Hoffman passes to Daniel in the corner, who gets it to Ridge Lundgren underneath. Good entry pass there by Daniel, and Lundgren's going to be fouled. A little bit of a pushing match there going on. Lundgren's going to go to the line, shooting 2.
And he was 2 for 2 just a few minutes ago. And that is the first foul on Braden Kimball for the night.
There was a bit of a pushing match, and one of the Grace fans said, well, get someone fired up. And I kind of have to agree. Sometimes you need a little bit of fire out there like that to get a team going who has only scored 5 points so far this quarter. Lundgren's second foul shot is up, and that is off the mark as well. Rebounded by Draper. Draper has it in the corner. That is knocked away by Lundgren. Lundgren tries to get there. Yost able to get that back under control. Draper gets the entry pass into Kimball. Kimball's going to be fouled on the shot by Weston. So now Weston has 3 fouls all down here.
I think they're going to maybe give that one to Riker. Yep. Nope, it is going to Drake. That is his third.
Better for Drake than for Riker, his buddy. That would have been his 4th. So Kimball's first shot is up and no good.
Only the 5th free throw shot by the Grizzlies tonight.
All game.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is probably a good indication of the offense not working the way you want it to.
Kimball's second is up and good. Rebels up 20 with 2:16 to go in the third. Lundgren bringing the ball up. He gets it up to Scott, who checked in for Weston. Ridge kicks it back out to Scott. Scott over to Lundgren. Back to Scott on the right wing. He feeds it into Smith. Smith's going to be forced out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul on Yost. So the Rebels will keep possession under the hoop. Clock shot resets.
And that's 5. Daniel will go to the free throw line shooting 2.
So, yep, the Rebels, good call there, Rob. The Rebels now in the bonus. Both teams are in the bonus, for that matter.
I asked Daniel if he had anybody kiss his lip better after that elbow that he took last night, and he said no.
Well, whatever remedies he used, he's looking a lot better today, as that is, first one is up and good. Daniel's second is on the way, and that is good as well.
4 for 4 for the night from Daniel from the free throw line.
Draper brings it up and gets it to Kimball. Into Smith. Smith entry pass to Yost. Smith puts up a 3, and that is no good. Rebounded by Yost, and they're going to give him an and one there, as he is fouled on the putback. Good effort there by Yost to get the skying rebound and the putback and foul.
We talked about it during halftime, Bradley. The offensive boards for the Grizzlies still continue, despite the fact that they can't get many points. They are winning the battle of the boards on the offensive end.
Did Daniel not make that second foul shot down here?
He made it.
Okay, so I believe I do have the right score. 43-23 is what it is. We'll see if they reconcile that. Yost's foul shot is up and no good. They get it back out to Smith and the corner. Smith going to try for a long 3, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, underneath on Fonsbeck. So I think Yost is going to go to the line, shooting 2 once again.
It bounced around the rim and dropped on that second free throw, Bradley. So maybe you were anticipating it, added one up.
Yep, so I guess I'll take that off the board. Rebels up 42-23 with Yost going to the line, shooting 2. First is off the front of the rim.
Grizzlies only 2 of 7 from the free throw line tonight.
Second is up and off. Fonsbeck with the big rebound, and he'll get fouled on that board. So he'll go to the line now, shooting 2 on the other end.
Fourth rebound for Fonsbeck, but again, he's a nice weapon to bring off the bench.
Absolutely. Well, Rob, you look ahead to next year. Obviously, Lundgren and Scott will play a huge role, but Fonsbeck, he will be the man in the middle. So the more he can develop, the better for these Rebels. Fonsbeck's first foul shot is up and just rims out.
Still sporting the football hairdo.
Yes, yes he is. Him with a few of his friends, for sure. So into the games, we have Holmes, Scott, Fonsbeck, and both Riker and Carter Hoffman. Fonsbeck's second is up and no good. Yost with the rebound. He gets it out to Smith with 1.5 minutes to go in the third. Kimball in the corner. He's trying to back down Holmes, but he'll just dribble it out. Draper now has it up top. 19 on the shot clock. Kimball has it on the right wing. Over to Smith. Smith entry pass to Tingy. Tingy is blocked by Riker Hoffman. Great defense there by Riker. Holmes gets it, hands it off to Fonsbeck on the right wing. Fons, he'll skip it over to Hoffman. Hoffman goes to the hole and just off the mark there. Kimball now with the ball going the other way. Carter Hoffman is there. A bit of a frustration foul after he was contacted on his attempt on the other end. So, and now Carter Grohl going to be checking in for someone. I wonder if he's coming in for Carter here. Kimball's first shot is up and no good. So Carter Grohl will come in for Carter Hoffman.
Grizzlies continue to struggle from the free throw line.
So for the Rebels, it's Fonsbeck, Hoffman, Holmes, Grohl, and Scott. Kimball does get the second one to fall. 42-24 with 54 seconds to go here. Holmes gets it across the timeline. Passes it to Scott, but that is picked off by Smith, who gets it down the floor over to Draper, who tries for three. No good, but a good up and put back by Tingy. Scott now brings it up the floor. He gets it across to Riker Hoffman. 35 to go here. Holmes gets it. He had a man at the block for just a split second. Scott to Holmes up top, who gets it over to Scott. 25 to go here. 19 on the shot clock. Scott enters it into Fonsbeck, who drives baseline. That is tipped by the Grizzlies, so Rebels will keep possession after that tip out of bounds. 18.3 to go here for the Rebels.
With only 12 on the shot clock.
Into Grohl. Grohl gets it back to Holmes. Holmes passes it to Scott in the corner. Scott then passes it to Holmes. Over to Grohl. They tip it over to Scott, who's going to try to get it up. He does in time. Oh, and it almost banks in. But then Scott gets the rebound. No one thought about it. Great heads-up play there. High basketball IQ by Carter Scott. He was not giving up on that play, as we see there, Rob, that the shot clock did reset, even though the ball was in the air, time expired on the shot clock. And Carter Scott, big heads-up play to rebound and put it back up. We're going to go to break. Rebels now up. Let me adjust our score here, 44-26 to end the third quarter. We'll be back after this.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We are back as the Rebels look to inbound. Start of the fourth quarter, Rebels up 44-26. Into the game for the Rebels, Scott, Lundgren, Weston, Hoffman, and Smith. That is Carter Hoffman that's in. Scott gets it on the wing, the right wing, up to Weston. Back to Scott and then to Weston. Weston will pass to Lundgren on the left wing. The Grizzlies in a zone defense. Lundgren 4-3 off the front iron, rebound by Kimball. And Kimball will get it up the floor quickly to Smith, then to Draper in the corner. Draper for three. That is no good. So Drake Weston trying to get the rebound there from Kimball, and they're going to call Weston for the foul there.
And that is his fourth.
Draper gets the pass in to Yost. Yost goes for three. Misses it, rebounded by Weston. They're going to get Kimball for a foul here. And fouls reset, so no foul shots now. Lundgren will inbound here. Sub for Grace as number 45, Landon Moss, comes in for Bodie Smith. The Grizzlies in a half court, in a trap, but the Rebels able to break it. Hoffman to Weston. Weston back to Hoffman. Hoffman drives in, then kicks it back out to Scott. Weston, he drives, gives it to Daniel Smith, the corner. That one is off, rebounded by Moss. Kimball gets it up, briefly knocked away by Lundgren. Draper gets it, tries to get it over to Yost at the top of the key, and that will go out of bounds. So the Rebels get the ball back. A little bit of chaos so far here, as I need to adjust our score. It's 44-28 for the Rebels. Weston gets it across tries to get it to Lundgren, but that is picked off by Kimball. Drake Weston able to get the steal, and he runs into Kimball they're going to call Kimball for the blocking foul there right at the scores table.
Drake has found himself on the floor several times tonight.
Okay, well, he better have a good attitude about it, or his phone's going to be taken away, as you heard earlier. Scott gets it into Smith. Smith skips it over to Lundgren. Lundgren passes it to Drake Weston up top. Weston to Scott, back to Weston. Over to Lundgren. Rebels passing around the perimeter, trying to get something open in the middle there. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Weston passes it to Lundgren, who gets it to a wide open Scott in the corner. Off the front iron and into the hands of Moss. Moss lost it, but then got it to Derek Hill, who was able to finish there at the basket. Rebels up 14 now. The lead has been dwindled down the last few minutes. Scott gets it to Daniel Smith, who drives baseline and gets a great pass to Carter Hoffman, who goes up and is fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
Foul's going to be on Mittingy. That is his second. That's the third on the Grizzlies, and you're not halfway through the quarter yet, so anticipating the Rebels shooting some free throws in the fourth quarter.
First foul shot is up and no good for Carter.
Carter was 6 points in the first half, looking for the first one of the second.
That is up and off the front iron as well. Rebounded by Moss, up to Hill, who gives to Kimball. Kimball then right back to Hill, and he's fouled, and that's an and one. Rob, Grace getting a little bit of momentum here as they are now just down 12, looking to make it 11 here with Derek Hill going to the line. So Grace is going to take a timeout if he makes it here. Rebels up 44-32, a late surge here by Grace. Hill's shot is up and off the mark, rebounded by Lundgren. Lundgren gets it across the timeline, passes to Weston. Weston for 3. That is off the mark. They're going to call Daniel Smith for the offensive foul there on the rebound. 5:40 to go here. 44-32 for the Rebels. Hill gets it across to Moss. Moss briefly had Yost, but that is broken up by Daniel Smith, and Dylan Fonsbeck's going to come in for Daniel Smith as he's got 4.
5 minutes ago, I would have said that's not going to be a sub, but that is the case, and the Grizzlies will take a timeout.
Yep. Coach Lloyd wants to talk to his guys, and we'll go to break. Be back after this.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
We are back. As I said, a late surge here by Grace. Rebels yet to score in the fourth quarter. They have gone cold. Coach Corney looking to draw something up. 5:33 to go in the fourth quarter.
Six-0 run by the Grizzlies in the fourth.
Yep, Rob, it is very important here that the Rebels get some points on the board here and get momentum swinging their way again, as Grace will take the ball under their own hoop here. Kimball enters the ball, and he'll get it right back. Drake held off on him because he's got 4 fouls. The ball is inbounded off the head of Drake Weston, and that will go right out of bounds. So now the Grizzlies are just down 10 with the ball back, And the Rebels making some costly turnovers here. Tingy has it on the wing. They're going to go right back to Kimball. That is a long two by Hill, and that will be off the fingertips of Yost, giving the Rebels the ball back. Daniel Smith is going to check back in for Fonsbeck. 5:15 to go. Rebels up 10. Fons gets it into Weston. Lundgren. Lundgren gets it into Weston, who passes it over to Scott. Back to Weston, who gets it across in time. Lundgren has it on the right wing. He's going to try to drive, and they're going to call a foul on Moss. No bonus yet. So Lundgren will take the ball out under the Rebel hoop.
Third foul on Moss.
So Lundgren looking to inbound. He gets it to Scott. Scott's going to bring it back out to the perimeter. Passes to Lundgren at the corner. Lundgren takes a dribble in, has a jump shot on the baseline. That is just off the mark. Kimball, he gets it up to Tingy. Inside to Yost, back out to Kimball. He's on the three, but he kicks it over to Moss, who gets the three. We've got a ball game again, Rob, with 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Scott gets it across to Weston, and Coach Corney's going to take a timeout to regroup. The Grizzlies are back in this thing, down only 7, and we'll be back after this.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
We are back, and we have a bit of a dogfight brewing here. Rebels were up, as much as 22, and the Rebels, as you said at the break, Rob, Grace on an 11-0 run so far here in the fourth. Weston passes off to Lundgren at the wing. Lundgren gets it back to Weston. 20 on the clock, on the shot clock. Weston drives in. He's going to get fouled on that drive, so he'll go to the line shooting 2.
And we mentioned this earlier, Bradley, you knew the Rebels were going to get the line early in this quarter. Not even halfway through the quarter, they'll be shooting the rest of the way.
Yeah, you called it, Rob, and we're going to see it here as Weston will go to the line shooting 2 as the Rebels are in the bonus.
Fouls on Derek Hill, only his second.
Weston's shot is up and good. So the Rebels able to break that 11-0 run now. Still some work to do to put the Grizzlies away. Weston's second is up and goes off hard. Tingy with the rebound. And Kimball will go the other way. 4:19 to go in the fourth. Kimball crosses half court, passes it to Moss. Moss gives it to, they get inside to Tingy. Tingy being guarded by Hoffman, who's in foul trouble. Not able to go as hard as he'd like there. Lundgren gets it over to Weston. Weston takes a dribble inside, then hands it to Hoffman. 22 on the shot clock. Lundgren gets it to Carter Hoffman, who drives baseline. Then he gets it back to Lundgren. Lundgren for 3. That's off and rebounded by Moss. Landon Moss with the rebound. He gets it up to Braden Kimball, guarded by Weston. 3:34 to go in the game. Yost gets at the foul line. He tries to get it to Tingy, and that is stolen by Ridge Lundgren. Great defense there. Lundgren passes it up to Weston. Weston drives to the hole, and he goes off his knee there. So another turnover by the Rebels.
Their 9th of the ball game.
Rebels up only 6. They were up 22. Grizzlies not quite done yet. And that ball will be bounced off Hill. Good pressure there by Ridge to force that turnover. Rob, do you have a turnover count so far for us?
That would be 14 for the Grizzlies. And the Rebels with 9.
Lundgren to inbound. He gets it to Weston in the corner. Weston's going to dribble it out, gets it to Smith up top. Smith to Scott. To Weston over to Hoffman. Hoffman gets it back to Weston up top. Grizzlies waiting to see what the Rebels will do here. 19 on the shot clock. Lundgren drives to the hole, kicks it to Weston. Weston for 3 off the front, but Scott with a big rebound to reset things here. Weston gets it back to Scott. That could prove to be a very big rebound there, Rob, as we're under 3 minutes now. 2:41 to go in the game. And that is tipped away there into the hands of Hill, and they're going to get him on and one. Scott tries to draw the charge there, and that's an and one. The Grizzlies have a chance to make this a one-possession game with a made free throw here.
Well, you wanted a closer game, Bradley. It's your fault. You want to know that.
I was talking about Notre Dame, Indiana. No way I was talking about the Rebels. 2:35 to go in the game. Hill with the foul shot. That is up and off. Lundgren rebounds. 4-point game with 2.5 to go in the game. Weston gets it to Scott, who passes it to Lundgren. Really need Lundgren to come alive here, Rob, and close this thing out. Scott has the ball. He gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman looks to drive. He hands off to Lundgren. Lundgren keeps a hold of it. Passes it to Weston in the corner. 11 on the shot clock. Weston tries to go for the layup and gets fouled mid-air, so he'll go to the line shooting 2. 2:08 to go in the game.
Rebels only 1 of 4 from the free throw line in the quarter, Bradley.
Some big foul shots coming up for Weston.
Foul is on Yost. That is his second.
Weston's first is up and good, giving the Rebels a little bit more breathing room.
Drake with 18 on the night, Bradley.
Drake's second is up and good. 47-41, 2:07 to go here. Grace with the ball. Hill gets it up to Kimball, and Coach Lloyd wants to take a timeout. So the Rebels up 7. Some scary moments in that last sequence, Rob. If
got to check your math, Bradley. Only 6.
6. Sorry, I saw the 7. So if Hill makes that foul shot, they would have made that a one-possession game, but the Rebels are up 6 now. That's anything but comfortable with how the Grizzlies have been playing in the second half. And so 47-41 for the Rebels. Grace does have the ball. They're going to see if they can get a quick I'm sure they'd love a 3 here to cut it to a one-possession game. We'll see what gets drawn up here in the huddle.
Do you want the good news or the bad news, Bradley?
Bad first.
The Rebels have not hit a shot from the floor in the fourth quarter.
All from free throws.
All from free throws. It was 44-26 to start the quarter, and they have 3 points, all from the free throw line.
So let's hear the good news. We made those foul shots.
You've got a 6-point lead with 2 minutes to go, and you have a shot clock.
Yeah, I wanted better good news than that. I mean, that's fine, too. Rebels looking to close things out here. Thank you to all of our viewers today. Based off our numbers, we've had a lot, so we thank you for the support. Thank you for our sponsors making it all possible. Almost 400 people, 400 views today. Rebels on defense, 2:02 to go in the game, 47-41. Hill to inbound. He gets it into Smith, who gives to Kimball. Kimball being guarded by Weston up top. He gets into the key and passes it out to Hill on the wing for 3. That is no good. Rebounded by Lundgren. Lundgren gets it to Carter Hoffman. Carter Hoffman back to Lundgren. 1:46 to go. Lundgren gets it to Weston. Weston thought about it. Gets it back to Lundgren up top. That is off the mark. Weston gets the rebound. And he kicks it over to Hoffman in the corner, who gets it into Riker Hoffman. Riker back to Weston up top. Coach Corney's going to take a timeout with 1:27 to go here to talk things over. We'll go to break. Rebels still up 6 with just under a minute and a half to go here in the fourth. We'll be back after this.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Welcome back. We are just getting to the end of this game. Not over yet. Minute 27 to go. Rebels up 6 with the ball on the sideline. Carter Scott did check in for Riker Hoffman there at the break. Carter Scott gets it into Carter Hoffman. Hoffman hands it back to Scott. Scott hands to Weston, 18 on the shot clock, minute 20 to go in the game. Scott 4-3 off the front iron, rebounded by Lundgren. Big rebound there to reset the shot clock. Lundgren getting trapped in the corner, and Coach Corney is going to take a timeout. So big rebound there to reset that shot clock, give the Rebels 28 more seconds at least.
We mentioned it a while ago, I think it was off air though, Bradley. Ridge leads the team in rebounds. Coming from the guard position, that is impressive. And he's got 6 tonight, and probably none bigger than that offensive board right there.
Yeah, it's nice to have his length at that guard position. A minute 9 to go in the game in this fourth quarter for the Rebels. The Rebels are in the bonus. Grace is 1 away. Rebels have 4 fouls. Minute 9 to go. Yeah, can't say enough about that late surge by Grace regardless of the result of this game.
Yeah, they did not give up the fight. They kept it after.
But the Rebels looking to close things out. They will have the ball coming out of this timeout under the basket as Ridge was getting trapped there in the corner.
Now you can run it down to almost 1 possession on the shot clock if you run this clock out. Rebels will not get much of a rest tonight, Bradley, as they get an early game tomorrow with North Summit.
Do you have the times there, Rob, for our listeners?
If I was not thinking about many other things all at the same time, I could, but
and we'll talk about it after as well. It's fine.
1, 2:30, and 4 o'clock varsity tip.
4 o'clock varsity, okay. Lundgren will be inbounding it from under the Rebels basket. He gets it up top to Carter Scott. Carter Scott being guarded very closely by Smith. Weston gets it. He looks to drive, kicks it back out to Hoffman. Hoffman to Scott. Scott looks to drive, and he'll be fouled right there at the 3-point line. So he'll go to the line shooting 2.
Makes you wonder if the Grizzlies have done any research on the free throw shooting percentages of the Rebels, because they could have got a foul earlier on that. But
so Carter's first is up and good.
He is money.
48-41 for the Rebels. 54 seconds to go in the game. Scott's second foul shot is up and good.
Fouled the wrong guy on that one.
And Riker Hoffman's going to come in for Carter Scott after those 2 made free throws. Big free throws made. Once again, Rob, all of our points coming from free throws here in the fourth quarter. 50 seconds to go here. Tingy brings it across the timeline, passes it ahead to Kimball at the corner. Kimball drives baseline, and he is met by Riker Hoffman to adjust the shot, and that is off, but rebounded by Tingy and put back up. 49-43 to go. 49-43 with 39 seconds to go. We'll be back after this.
Is pain pain holding you back from doing the things you love? At Evanston Regional Hospital, our expert physical therapists can help you get back to feeling your best. We offer personalized treatment plans designed to address your specific needs. Whether you're recovering from an injury, managing chronic pain, or simply looking to improve your mobility, don't let pain control your life. Take control of your health and get moving again. Ask your family doctor if physical therapy is right for you, or call one of our therapy departments directly. Evanston Regional Hospital, because your movement matters.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh.
We are back here at Rich High School. 39 seconds to go here. Rebels up 6. Ball is inbounded to Weston. Weston gets it back to Lundgren, who spins out of that trap and gets it ahead to Scott. Back to Lundgren. 31 to go, 27 on the shot clock. Ridge able to weave through defenders. No fouls yet by Grace, and there it is there as Tingy fouls Hoffman, will send Carter to the line shooting 2.
This will be number 9 and 10 for the Rebels from the free throw line tonight. Attempts.
Yeah, I think we're going to go
the quarter.
I think we're going to go the whole quarter with all our points coming from foul shots, Rob.
Yeah, that would
based off situation.
That would be a not good statistic, but if you can come away with the win, I think Coach Cornier will take it.
Yep. So Riker Hoffman back in to play defense for the Rebels. Hoffman's second foul shot is up and good. So Rebels up. I need to adjust our score, sorry. You probably thought my math was terrible earlier, but it is 50-43 right now. Ball is sent up to Kimball. Kimball drives the baseline, gets a shot up and good. So 5-point game here with 13.4 to go. The Rebels will have the ball under their own basket.
That's Kimball's 8th point, and if you think the timeouts are doing anything, it is giving the cheerleaders a chance. They ought to be tired by now.
Yes.
Because they've been put to work.
Yeah, they've done a great job. We'll go to a quick break. We'll be back after this.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about 3 things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for 2 reasons. 1,
we are back. We are back for the close of this game. 13.4 seconds left with the Rebels up 5. This game is anything but over as Scott looks to inbound. He gives to Ridge. Still out of bounds and back to Scott. That is stolen by the Grizzlies. Tried to keep it alive. Great effort there by Braden Kimball. But he saves it back into the hands of Lundgren. And Kimball will foul Lundgren with 3.1. They had a shot at it. Great effort there by Braden Kimball to keep it alive. But they will send Ridge Lundgren to the line shooting 2.
I'm not sure if they considered that a possession on that, Bradley, or not, because the 10-second was getting close.
Right, yep. So Ridge will go to the line to shoot 2, looking to close this one out. His first is up and good.
You can call it, Bradley. I think you're going to get every point in the quarter from the free throw line.
So there's been 7 foul shots. Is that what it was? Were we at 44? I can't remember.
Yep, made 7 points. This could be 8. And
there it is. Yep. 52-45 with 3 to go. Rebels will close this one out. Tingy attempts a 3, and that is off the mark. became more competitive as the game went on, but the Rebels able to hang on and close this one out, winning 52-45. We've used up all of our timeouts to give our sponsors a shout out, so we're going to jump right in to our recap today. Rob, are you ready for our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap?
I'll give it my best shot, Bradley. The Rebels jump out in the first quarter 9-8 and then build a lead 28-15 at halftime thanks to a three-pointer at the buzzer from Drake Weston, and he had rattled off 8 straight points right there in the end of the second quarter. The Rebels build their lead to 44-26 at the end of the third, and you started to think this ball game was done, and the Grizzlies came out, went on an 11-0 run to start the fourth quarter before I think Drake Weston Carter Hoffman finally put a free throw in to end the drought. But then the Rebels hit the free throws down the stretch to win by 7.
That is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Thank you for that, Rob. And we'll head over to our D. McKay Frankum precision play of the game. Rob, you and I talked about it, and I'm glad you brought it up. It's got to be that Carter Scott putback when everyone else stopped playing, but he had that basketball IQ to keep things going for the layup.
Yeah, the shot clock was running down. He put up a prayer from the three-point land, got rim, and everybody else stopped, and he went and got his own rebound, put it right back up and in.
Right as time expired. So that is your D. McKay Frankum precision play of the game. Rob, who we got for our Crawford Trough player of the game?
Well, after a rough night last night, Drake Weston with 19 points and 7 rebounds. And you can talk all you want about the offense, which was helpful, but he also played a great defensive game, keeping Braden Kimball and any of those guards that came in at bay on the top. He was hounding them the whole night long.
So a great outing for Drake Weston and the rest of the Rebels to close things out, 52-45. So tomorrow, we briefly mentioned it, at 4 o'clock, the boys will be playing North Summit. A very good North Summit Braves team comes to town. Coach Corney has been talking about this one. So far at State Week, we are 1-1, so a tiebreaker comes tomorrow against North Summit.
The other thing you got going tomorrow, Bradley, is the Kemmer Wrestling Tournament will continue. We'll have some results as we begin the broadcast tomorrow and try to keep you updated as best we can.
Thank you for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow starting at 3:30 for the pre-game show. This has been an Independent Software Solutions post-game show brought to you on My Local